Hello and welcome to Content Content, the esports video content video podcast. Today we are watching a bunch of esports content like we do every week, but specifically we're going to talk about not the latest 100 Thieves announcement, but the biggest 100 Thieves announcement from the week. We'll be talking about that after a few videos. Talk about the lead up to it, all that fun stuff. But I'm more prepared this week than I have been past weeks. Welcome, Mr. Stamos. Pleasure to have you here. Big fan of Full House. Hello, Bobby. Thank you for the host. Let's talk content. And I have unmuted my desktop audio, so we're not making the same mistakes from last week. We are learning.
Today, the turtle or the snail? I think we're the turtle. We're a bit faster. Who will be slower?
This is... This is the LEC. So the entire European League of Legends. This is their comms video for the week.
Can't wait to find out.
End this shit. Don't do anything stupid.
Alright, so we set up turtle versus snail, and now we see them racing toward the finish. They use this style that they use every week where they highlight the person talking. I think it's really clean, looks really good.
Orianna, kill Orianna.
KDA! Nice!
Oh.
Good music.
Hello, everyone.
I like this.
I love it.
I still think having the heads darker on the bodies looks real weird. It's kind of off-putting.
You're beautiful.
But I like the way their heads just kind of wobble back and forth. It's kind of fun.
I'm trolling, I'm inting hard. Oh, I'm so hard inting actually, I missed.
I can't play! I'm with you, Rasmus. Go get him, boy.
Oh my god, just hit something, please.
It's fine, Rasmus. I got him for you.
More.
I will think you in, guys.
All right, I think we got the gist of this one. See, I got them, guys. I got them all ready. They're all right here. All right, next up, comms videos. I feel like we usually end up just doing comms videos for like the first 15 minutes of the show every time.
Hey guys, make sure your camera looks
C9, North American, League of Legends team, Brain Check, Season 2. Let's get into it.
good angle.
Go walk it up.
Yeah,
Can we get ready check, guys?
we're ready.
All right, the same layout they have every week.
Ref.
Ready, spaghetti.
Ref, we're ready.
There we go.
Too good.
Hello.
A bit too good.
No.
Actually, today for eerste man bezet. A bit. Good dude. Waar is die gozer?
I think this stuff needs CC really bad. Like subtitling.
What's the thing called? Brain check? Brain check. Or like fucking cringe check. Wait, let me check what was cringe. This? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was cringe. Yeah, that was cringe. Yeah, put it in blue. Yeah,
Straight into my cringe compilation.
Actually. Man's like, yeah, cringe, uber cringe, uber cringe. Yeah, uber cringe. I can't hear him.
Yeah, just
like cock.
Blabber no like them. All right, let's get.
Might be honest here on.
Yeah.
I mean, we watch this video every week, right?
Yeah.
We know what's happening here.
Good lord.
Oh, it's here, by the way.
We have so many dedicated viewers that watch every week. You know, I think we get it.
Angle
by
for
now.
me?
You know what I'm saying?
Look at these guys.
We're looking at nothers. Okay. I have any time to go in. Okay.
I think it's dragon. It's dragon. I think it's dragon. Can we kill this guy? If you, we're too far. I think it's hard. Yeah.
I think you might die to this.
Oh, I'm going Jack.
He's dead. Maybe.
Nice.
Oh.
All right, so you know, pretty basic comms video. They play the game, they play the comms with it. It's 10 minutes. Is this all for one match? Really not. This is both their matches, right? Yeah. Okay. So an average of 5 minutes a match seems pretty reasonable. The fact that it's over 10 minutes is probably good for YouTube. Great. Guess what? We got a comms video.
No flash for a bit more.
Fnatic, European League of Legends. Let's get into it.
You wanna dive in mid?
Yes, we should dive him. He's solo. I will go.
I don't have range. Now I do.
Is that?
They're just pushing bot. Can we herald this? And like...
Okay. I think this is their weakest intro that they've had yet. Usually they're very comedic.
Yes, we should dive him. He's solo. I will go.
I don't have range. Now I do.
Is that?
They're just pushing bot. Can we herald this? And like...
Yeah, that's a real downer of an intro clip.
Actually, take this and play for crap. I take crap here.
Like before they were doing the head cutouts with the top of the heads are moving like the Canadians in South Park, and it was really funny and interesting. This is just total downer compared to that.
Look, they're jumping on me. I don't have sun.
Also, and I harp on this every week, but I just don't love their music choices for these comms videos.
I can fight this. I don't have stun. I'm tipping. Astronomy, okay? Astronomy.
I can fight.
Brom no flash. I'm stunned in 2 seconds. I'm stunned now.
Okay.
Where's my stun? Stun 2.
Stun 6, no cleanse, no cleanse.
Yeah.
Like the thing that makes these comms videos interesting is the personalities behind them. And the music is just not, it's not fun. It's driving a little bit, but I think the best way to go about these comms videos is finding both the intense moments and the funny moments and playing on those, and the music is really important for driving what emotion your audience is supposed to be feeling home. The Master Crook, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my dude.
I marked him with my ult. It's fine. Just help me, we can do the leg.
I can help. I think we'll go place.
They're coming, by the way. They're coming. Can we go here? Can we fight here?
We can fight, no? We can fight. Go fight.
5 seconds, my stun.
No flash on.
Once again, I feel like some CC here would be helpful in this. Sift, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
We should get the hips.
They're engaging.
Sion don't stay. Flash, by the way.
Wag one mad tangs. I have no idea what you're saying, but I'm glad you're here.
No flash here. I big stun soon.
Play slow.
I got 6. Zig. Look, Zig. Take tower.
Would you be able to review my cool comms video, by the way? I'm curious now. Maybe. Message it to my DMs on Twitter, and I'll see what I can do. If I have some time, I'll do it for sure.
I guess I died, but it's okay.
Pull him.
Again. Can't pull him, but he's dead to milder.
Can we kill him?
If we did that, listen to the one there.
Yeah.
Who do we focus?
Whoever. I just.
Right?
Also, my Twitter is @_content or quasi_GG. Or no underscore, quasi GG.
I can stop Galio TP right now.
I go for him, okay? I get him, come on.
Nice way to yoink a follow.
Yeah, I'll push exhaust him, so we get him for sure.
Yeah, this is just super. This video's just kind of a downer. I assume they're losing? Did they lose to Schalke in this match? Is this just one match? Yeah, they do. So it makes sense that it's a downer, but it's just super low energy. I don't want to finish this video at all. Like as a viewer, I just want to click away. TSM reacts to the best videos from the epic LCS Season 6. Okay. Holy crap, this video is 14.5 minutes.
Why does Vincent get any credit for this? Oh my god, I flashed a melee kill! Holy... Reddit!
I heard Peter watches this clip every time he plays an LCS game. He watches this clip for confidence.
Yeah, because I literally played it perfectly. And there's not really, honestly, very many... No, you guys. Shut the...
Alright, so first off, I like that they have all three of them in like a chat room or a Discord call or whatever together so that they can banter off each other. Because I've seen a lot of teams do videos like this where each person is shooting their own segment individually, and it's just super dry and super boring. The fact that they're all together makes this so much better just right off the bat.
I played it perfect.
I'm literally just a perfect human. Hey everyone, TSM here with Geico, and we're gonna look at some old stuff from 2016 and 2017. Check out some old memories.
And with Bio, he has his strengths.
Vincent,
like he's
you're on the Bachelorette right now.
Player. His gameplay-wise, he's really good.
They look the same, Vincent.
The only problem is he's really experienced. You know,
you don't age.
He can take a great player, and
Wait, do I have my DMs open? I'm actually not sure.
if you
Look at Parth.
oh
my god.
Parth looks so small.
It's that young guy, yeah.
Yeah, he does look really small.
Also, just based on his
Oh, Vincent, you used to smile back then.
communicate at a high level.
Yeah.
What?
So,
I'm
you know,
smiling right now.
Understandably, he's a solo queue player, so he doesn't really understand
Yeah, I
the
do.
game at a high level.
Yeah, you suck.
And then we tried
Just kidding.
hybrid as well. he doesn't.
We tried out hybrid? Oh my god.
But
Yeah, you don't remember? I remember we did a mod review and he was like, we never did a mod review on G2 before, and I was like, oh what? How are you guys so good?
So, this thing about the VOD review, I've also heard that about 100 Thieves CS team. Like, until I'm a Pet came in, like a month ago, they never did VOD review together. That blows my mind.
Yeah, we just played next round.
Leadership. It's so hard for me to decide. Like, laning phase doesn't really mean that much anymore. It's such a team game.
Too much going on in this. Potentially. I kind of like this setup with all 3 cams, so you can see all their reactions, but it makes this so small that it kind of draws my attention away. It's kind of unlucky.
Just play next round.
Leadership. It's so hard for me to decide. Like, laning phase doesn't really mean that much anymore. It's such a team game.
Wow, I was so wrong.
Let's get a frag movie on this show. All right, man. Echoes. Echoes will be the first frag movie I talk about on the show. What's up, Anthony?
Guys, letting face is everything.
And we'll just like put our best foot
True.
forward.
Yeah, you absolutely can't pay attention to the CC in the bottom corner here. There's just no way.
Best.
An impressive showing in script.
Like, why wouldn't you do... Like, just put them small in the corner or something?
Wow.
I don't know. I like the idea of this video, though.
Yeah, you actually just got one shot without doing anything.
It's a pretty small ask from the players. Like, hey, just sit down and talk about these videos. It's easy for them. And you're just mostly repurposing old content. And potentially you're drawing people to your old content, too. So there's a lot of upsides for doing this.
The thing that stood out was...
But I agree that the layout could be a little better. But overall, I think it's a great video. I think it's a good idea. I don't see many videos like this, so there's that too. It's not like this is like an oversaturated idea. Maybe even make them bigger and smaller depending. Yeah, like depending on who's talking, maybe you just show their camera. And it could be a time thing. Maybe they just needed to get that video out really fast, needed to fill a gap or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think more thought into the layout would have been really my only complaint about that video. Like I said, the biggest thing for me is just having them all together in a room at the same time. Or not in a room, but like in a Discord room together. So they can all talk to each other rather than just talking at the camera, because players tend to be awkward. They're not good at just talking to cameras. Alright, introducing J3 Overwatch. J3, I'm assuming, is a content creator for Overwatch. I am not super familiar with the Overwatch scene, so I don't know who he is, but clearly introducing a content creator.
What's up, everyone? It's J3, and I'm excited to let you guys know I'm a part of...
Jesus, this is loud. Yeah, they overshot by quite a bit. 2.4 dB, 76%.
The Florida Mayhem. Let's light it up. Let's light it up.
Is the kerning weird here? I feel like this L and C should be closer together. That's like super nitpicky, but it stood out to me. I like Mayhem's branding that they've switched to in like the last year or something. It's like Miami Vice style branding with like the neon glow and everything. Like, I think if I had to look at it every day, it would get old, but I only see it like every so often, so I like it. But I think it would get old quick.
The last time I went to TwitchCon was like 2 years ago, and I was a very smaller streamer at the time, so no one really was like, oh, hey, yo, it's J3. Well, most of everyone was like, who?
Oh my god! I'm disgusting, dude!
I'm just like more on the funny side. And
Man, now that they had to bring the music down so that you can hear his voice, there's such a huge loss of energy because the music was so loud before.
people ask me for like, yo, how do you get better at the game? I'm just like, play more. I don't know.
And even still, like, the music is pretty loud. It's kind of covering up. It's tough to understand what he's saying some of the time.
I don't know. See, I'm just like the meme person. Because every time usually I host someone, since I'm like a big streamer and for Overwatch.
Where'd the music go? Now it's super quiet.
People usually I host, they're like, oh my God, J3, thank you, oh my God. And then I host someone, they're like, who? They'll love that. Who? When I first found out that
Oh no, I hate this dude. Marketing should be focusing on hiding him. Oh, that poor guy. We're not here to hate on J3. I'm a big J3 fan as of the last 2 minutes.
teams were signing content creators and streamers to their team, one of the first thoughts to my
kind of over this though.
Hey everyone, I just want to say thank you for the massive support that you guys give me every day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this new adventure with me together, and let's light it up.
Guess that's a little awkward. I didn't like that transition. Ugh. Sound effect was unfortunate. It's like this transition, the reason I don't like it, other than it's
with me
kind of just like an awkward canned transition, is that whole screen moving is such a impactful move. Like, think about how big that would be in real life. That would be like a whole lot of movement. And then the sound effect is just like, it doesn't fit. There's no like low end to the sound effect. And so it makes it feel really flimsy. Like, I think this effect would feel bigger with literally no audio than it would with this really flimsy sound effect here.
Today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this new adventure with me together, and let's light it up.
Like, something I would recommend to anyone that's working on a transition like that, when you're doing sound design in general, it's really important to layer. And if you're not sure if you have enough layers, you probably don't. Like, sound design is all about layering. You really need to fill in the low end, you need to fill in your mid-range, and you need to fill in the high end with a transition like this. So, layers. Just like, and even if it's just taking the sound you already have there and then just copying it and dropping the pitch. Just to add a little something, maybe EQ it so it doesn't rub against the other one, but yeah, you really got to fill those in. All right. Sound off. Man, oh my God, another comps video. This is from the LA Gladiators? Yes. LA Gladiators, an Overwatch League team, once again, their comms video.
Big R. My second capital R.
I really like this custom art. This is really fun, and it's a good way to stand out in a comms genre where almost everyone is participating. Like, I know we put out a lot of comms videos at Chaos, and I'm seeing most teams putting out comms videos. So anytime you can stand out with something like this, I think it's a good thing.
This series, we're showing our alphaness with the capital R. Ahem.
Ahem.
Ahem. Oh, if they ever pause,
and if I knew who these people were, it would probably make a lot more sense too.
Ahem. 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 Ahem.
Good shit, Sars.
Good shit, Sars.
Good shit, Sars. Nice, Nano.
Good shit, man. Good win, dog. Good win.
All right, but we're 22 seconds in. We still don't have music or game sound, so this is weird.
Window.
Can I blame too?
Nice shield, Cloud. Nice shield.
Man.
You guys.
That's an unrealistic thing to change.
Positive reinforcement.
Winnable.
Oh, it should take so long to go next map.
They're analyzing our play, bro.
They gotta analyze.
You with the huge shatter on the flank. Oh my god.
Okay, there's no way.
Why are you talking? Oh, that chit chat, rip.
Is there literally just no game sound or music through all of this?
That's like one.
Could be Peru. I mean, I don't think.
Crazy, bro. Oh yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
This seems such high effort too. Like, I'm so surprised that this is the part that they chose to do and not have game sound or music. Because this is the hardest part. All this CC and cutting up all these comms, like going through all the comms, cutting it up, doing the CC with the custom art. That's the hard part. Adding music at the end would be the easy part. I don't know, man. Seems kind of weird. Just add music. It's tough to just sit through a video like this if there's not like something behind it driving it, whether it's game action or music or both. It just kind of feels like it drags, almost by default. All right, Crook, I hope you're still here. I didn't realize when I started talking to you that you're working with Triumph. Let's see. I just had that video pulled up. All right. I have my comms video up next. Is this against Triumph? No, I'm working on the what's the most recent one? Winners League? The Winners League comms video right now. They keep me in a cage. Love it. All right. Triumph comms video versus 100 Thieves. When is this from? Blast Premiere. Okay. This was released June 24th.
Okay, bye.
Oh, bye.
Nah, no.
Shut up.
Buy armor.
Don't listen to
Use
67,
mouse.
okay?
I'm 87.
My god.
Alright. I'm ready whenever. I'm ready.
Yeah, I like all these meme edits. And I love showing the guys with the voice, especially a team like Triumph, where like people aren't as familiar with their voices. This is something I could do a lot better too. Is that like a decent amount of viewers probably know like Steel's voice, maybe Vanity's voice, but like shit, I barely know Leaf and Zeppa's voice. And so something like this, if people are unfamiliar with your team, it helps them out a lot.
Mouse.
I'm 87.
And just funny shit like this, the eyebrows raising with the sound effect.
My god.
Alright. I'm ready whenever. I'm ready.
Flushing 1.
On a second.
Flushing 2. Pop.
Okay, back silo.
Blizzard.
Door.
I'm holding door.
Door.
Let's
Oh,
go.
This guy's a king, man.
GG Shakesula.
I also like that you guys use this cam footage too. I assume this is just like the cam footage that they show during the broadcast? Or do you guys film this extra? Because I feel like you get a lot of cam footage.
God.
Oh, God. They're not in big. You haven't caught me big yet.
Lobby?
Cam footage in stream. Okay.
Upper.
Mini one dead.
Hide now, hide now.
Hiding.
Seems quiet. Yeah. So your whole video on average is negative 8.3 decibels. And you want to get as close to 0 as possible. Because I guess, man, especially coming from that Mayhem video into this, it just feels like a huge energy loss straight from the front. If I could get the players to stream it, I would fucking love that, but ping would get fucked. Oh yeah, for sure. That's a really hard one. They didn't give us cam recordings. Right, turn it up next time. Cool.
Out. Nice.
What are you editing on, by the way? Are you using Premiere?
Let's go, mate.
I like all of this CC and stuff, especially it's like kind of branded. It just adds a lot of personality and obviously helps understand because the comms aren't inherently very easy to understand.
We can do it.
The Terminator has awoken.
I think they're half.
Gabe, could you fix the floor in your webcam? Because they look like there are about 10 Amazon Prime boxes laying down on the ground.
Oh, how do you see it?
Oh, I've watched this video.
Yeah, when they tune in after the game, it literally just looks like you're a part-time Amazon Prime driver and you're stealing the packages.
It's like game fuel.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this meme stuff is all really funny.
How much game fuel did you get?
Especially if you don't have a lot of... I don't know how your match went against 100 Thieves, but if you don't have a lot of match stuff to show, stuff like this is great to fill in time.
One box up here.
Jesus,
But
maybe I'm just
downstairs,
exaggerating.
Like 4 or 5 boxes.
Oh my god.
But we already went through like 3 of them.
What?
I'm staying in upper.
I broke the glass.
I dropped silo. See what double silo.
One more mini wall.
Holy shit.
One door. Door. Mini dead. One more mini.
I'm
playing catches.
That fade out's weird for me.
One more mini.
I assume your issue is that you don't have a good way for him to exit?
I'm staying in upper.
I broke the glass.
This is weird too.
What?
I'm staying in upper.
Yeah, so this coming in without motion blur feels weird to me. And my theory is that you sped it up because it looks weird, and so you sped it up so that it would be less noticeable. But what I do with all this stuff is I pull it into After Effects. Even if I did the animation in Premiere, I just right click, make After Effects composition, whatever that choice is, and then just add motion blur in After Effects. Or in Premiere, if you use, I think the effect is transform. I'm gonna open Premiere and we'll find out. I think it's transform, where you can set a shutter angle and it'll add motion blur inside of Premiere. So that's an option too. You do all your like positioning using that. Is it transform? Oh shit, I guess I need some kind of clip here. And so I didn't know about this until super recently. Create new sequence from clip. Is that if you do all your motion within transform here, you can set your shutter angle to 180. And then if you do like a movement, see, I've got motion blur now. So you can do it in transform and you get that motion blur, and I think it'll make that... My long-winded point is that it'll make that look more natural. Also easing those points. And then you can do it back down so he doesn't have to fade out. So yeah, that was I'll even put it in chat. Transform. Yeah, so the shutter angle sets it... you want to set it to 180 because that's what it would be default in like a camera. And that'll give you like the right amount of motion blur. But you could set it even higher if you wanted more motion blur for some reason. About the reflect, the random black half still looks weird to me. What are you referring to, the random black half?
I'm staying in upper.
I dropped solo. Do a double solo.
One more mini wall.
Yeah. The transfer mini.
One door. Door.
Mini dead. One more mini.
I'll play catch. Keep it.
Hard. Mini.
Keep it. Two hot. Last two.
Door dead.
Nice! Let's go!
Good job.
That was your mini rapid time.
Yeah, definitely needs some motion blur. And the mix just needs a little work. Reflect the X on the video, and the motion blur should apply to a reflected half, meaning the black parts in the video. So you're saying like add a reflection, like where these guys are, like there's a reflection down here?
I'll play catch. Keep it.
Thank you, Bobby.
Let's go, guys.
Up.
No. You can't get it. Mike can buy one.
I would add a compressor to the comms audio. I would look up like decent compressor settings and start adding single band compressor. Single band compressor to your videos, especially on the comms track. And that'll allow you to compress the audio so you can raise it up, and it'll keep it above the music way better, so you won't have to keep your music so low. Because right now I'm sure the problem that you're running into is I can't raise my music up anymore because it's going to cover up my comms audio. So if you add a compressor to your comms audio, you can raise the volume of that without losing the headroom, and then you can bring your music up. And if that's confusing, just DM me and I can explain it a little better.
Oh, we can, right?
I think.
I don't think it's CT. It's like unbreakable.
It's so hard.
Behind unbreakable, you can get it.
I think you can get it now. Like towards big, like right, towards big, right there.
There we got it.
Nice.
Let's go, boys. Let's get it.
One more round. I'll drop. We have a pause if we need it, Alan. We have a pause.
I will.
Can I get an extra gun if possible?
I think the music is good. I like your music choices a lot. I think this is like the right style. It'd be quasi into my work doc. I think this is the right style of music for comms, at least my personal preference. Especially where it's kind of more of like a fun thing. Yeah, motion blur on all this stuff would make such a huge difference. And just like easing the keyframes.
Let's go, man. Yo,
Good shit, baby.
Bring it back. That's what I'm talking about. That's a result.
that's a big result right there, guys. Let's go.
What is wrong with our CT? Shit's insane. Nothing's wrong with it.
Yo, remember, wait 2 minutes.
I also like that at the front end, the video just like starts. Like you're just into the action immediately. I think that's so important.
Wait 2 minutes to tweet. Wait 2 minutes to tweet for production, so the delay catches up.
Wait 2 minutes to tweet.
Good shit, baby. Let's go. You get to
Yeah, Sift, I'm a big fan of the music. We don't fuck around here, Triumph. I believe that, dude. With Grim there, I'm sure nobody does. Be terrified of that guy. Because it takes 5 hours to start pissing me off. Yeah, totally. Even just like 8-second bumpers, man. Like, I can't see their viewer retention graphs or something like that. But man, I feel like an 8-second bumper right at the start, you gotta be losing 10% more viewers than you need to right at the start there. The other thing I'd recommend is for these end screens, and you'll notice it on every single one of my videos on the Chaos channel, is that stuff happens all through the end screen too. Like there's always a clip under the end screen. And it's because retaining people to the very, very end, past the end screen, is super important. Because you have a chance of getting doled another video. So retaining those viewers all the way to the end, because if I run to an end screen like this, much like I've already done, I'm just gonna pause it and then probably click off. And you have a 0% chance of me ending up on your next video. We're changing the end screens, that's a good idea. Yeah, for sure. And it just so happens that next up, I have queued up my comms video. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit.
There's a gun in CT, I killed one there.
There should be like 2 or 3.
And there's a gun outside
But you can already notice with my video,
mid as well, outside.
how much louder the comms are. And I'm not sure exactly how loud this video is overall. All right, so dude, I'm so good at this. Look at this, negative 0.3 dB. Wow, I'm so close to 0, it's nuts. I've compressed the comms so I can bring them up, and so my music will fit under the comms way better, and the comms are easier to understand.
Spawn mid. On the right, Eric.
He's dude going for a ninja. What the fuck is wrong with this?
There's a gun on your right, Eric.
And I also I use the caster audio because I don't go to the demo to get the file. So if I don't use the caster audio, there's no sound effects. So I'm pulling, a little bit of sound effect sound, just enough so it's not awkward.
Gay, man. Let's fucking go, boys.
It's freaking TeamSpeak beeps, dude. I hear them in my sleep. But yeah, in this case, I used an opening clip and then transitioned into the video. But yeah, having something right at the start, super important.
I'm ready. I just was waiting for Tony to get back from the toilet.
Also, anytime I get to see these knife rounds, I almost always include this stuff. Oh, this isn't a knife round. Just kidding. But when I do have knife rounds, I always include it because I don't think people see it very often. I don't think most people even know knife rounds happen.
I mean, yeah. Cat.
2 cat, 3.
Pushing coming up. Be clear.
You can hide on ramp. Single box.
They swung side on me.
Fuck.
I'm flanking cat.
Me too. No kit.
One's on side. I think they're playing cat.
Playing holding
cat.
mid.
That cat. I'm good holding cat.
I'm pretty lucky because I don't add a lot of extra memes or anything to these videos because I just try and get them out and get on to the next video. Because I think that our players' personalities carry these videos so well that I don't feel like I need to meme it up extra. And it just depends on the video, how I feel it. But usually for CS videos, I don't do it. And that's just largely because we drew into a bunch of people that are just inherently really enjoyable to watch.
Dead.
Bomb train outside.
Upper cloud. Dead.
One was bomb train outside.
I'm on the hunt.
CT.
Yeah, I use just a lot of comedic music and a lot of funk music.
Eric, can you drop the AK?
This guy really wants
But mostly what I focus on is just finding the right clips and the most enjoyable moments and making sure that everything is understandable, getting the mix right, and then everything else I think that the players do most of the heavy lifting after that. What do you use to get your music? Epidemic Sound. That's the only place that we source from. I think it's the best site I've ever used. Can pros aim? From C9. So C9 does a lot of these different videos, and it's always the same kind of deal. It's like, can pros this, best pros at this, something like that. Can CS pros win an aim challenge? Okay. Which pro can flick the fastest? Which pro is the best B hopper? It's all these different like challenge videos, and they do them because they perform really well. Like, it's some of their bigger videos. Obviously, you know, when you have Carson and Schlatt on, that's going to be your biggest video. But for the most part, those videos perform really well. And so they've found something that people like, so they're keeping doing it.
Hey guys, this is Cloud9 CSGO. We'll be playing the Blast performance map. We'll each get 2 tries, and whoever gets the best score wins. I think Ricky is going to do the best in this challenge. So here we go. It's just weird.
The other nice thing is that they keep all 5 players in, and they're all in the room the whole time, right? So they can banter at each other while they do it and stuff.
F5B.
And it's hard to stress just how important like the player personalities are to making these videos interesting. Like, if each person just went, to point one out that comes to mind immediately is Complexity. Some of their CS stuff, they'll just have a player in the room and they'll talk about it, and then they'll film the next player in the room and they'll talk about it, but there's no banter back and forth. There's no personality, and that hinders the content so much.
6, 7.
Yeah, I mean, these videos are super straightforward. And stuff like this, the other thing that they can do is videos like this can reach a broader audience more than just people who are interested in Cloud9 Counter-Strike. Like, even just people who are just watching Counter-Strike videos, maybe aren't even interested in esports, can potentially wander upon these videos and enjoy them. So that's the other good thing about these videos, and why they can perform so well in theory. Another voice comms video, G2 European League of Legends team. But yeah, this is an example of like a bumper right at the start. And even this short bumper, man, I think if you're gonna do a bumper, you need to have a clip in front, and then have the bumper, and then have the rest of the video. You need a grab clip right at the start. Yeah, Chankos is so wet. They have these like ridiculous titles. Very good clickbait.
I Pino, you wanna see something actually? Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Dude, what's wrong with you? Is it you later?
Yeah.
G2 does comedy very well, and they always open with this setup, almost always, with all 5 players on a banner, their name, their position, picture of them, and then it highlights who's talking. And there's always fun memes on the side here, down here.
No leash, no leash.
Well, you better go to sleep,
G2 does extra memes really well too.
I do.
Yeah, this is good. No flash, no flash set, no flash set.
And like the Triumph video, they do a really good job at using the CC to give personality, the closed captioning.
I'm tipping.
Look at the...
I'm going. I said no flash well, but he can jump.
Okay. He's flashed.
Okay, look at
Wait,
He's trolling, maybe?
Yeah,
fuck.
I think I'll go back mid, guys, okay?
Yeah, you can.
You have it?
Nice.
Can we look for Drake?
Yeah, we can go Drake ourselves now. They were low. I chunked Leona as well. We walk through turret, towards what side?
Ow. I'm trolling, I'm inting hard.
But yeah, once they start the video, I mean, it's a comms video. I mean, it's exactly what you'd expect.
I'm so hard inting actually, I missed.
It's fine.
Again, like our CS team, I think the G2 comms videos are carried very heavily by the players' personalities. They're just fun dudes having a fun time playing League of Legends, and it shows in the comms.
Actually, I think I'm steal it.
We are kind of together. Just go Leona. I think we can win. I think we can win. I think we win.
What the hell?
Okay.
Why am I getting Slack notifications?
I can't follow.
As if dead, as if dead.
I don't even have Slack.
We keep going, we keep going.
Yeah.
More after.
Okay, wait for more,
Yeah.
just wait for more.
He's pretty big.
Does he have flash?
Yeah, no.
No flash.
I'm
no flash.
dead though. I'm not
Nice,
dead.
good job. Nice, John.
Really chilling. Chilling.
Come on, sir.
Oh, give me.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm
what is
around, yeah.
happening?
I'm not sure. They didn't have flash and mortar.
Yeah, no,
You guys next?
Oh, Azir behind you, Azir behind you.
Oh shit. Bye bye.
How do I change this?
Oh.
No, that's no way.
Yeah, Ezreal soon?
It's fine, we just...
I don't have it soon.
I have a lot of fucking gold, I'm really fast.
Notify me about nothing.
No flash.
Perfect.
Look mid, just come mid.
Ah, another thing G2 does great. What would you think is a good length for comms videos? As long as you can make it without it being boring, is basically my rule of thumb. And there's like, we're still experimenting a lot with length, trying to figure out what works for us, and it'll be different for everyone. But for the most part, I think in general in YouTube you want to be over 10 minutes if possible. If you can't get over 10 minutes, maybe combining multiple games. But other than that, as long as my content's not suffering, I don't usually have any reason to not make it longer. I don't include any extra things that I don't think are good. 8 minutes is the new meta, is it? I haven't done, I mean, it seems like a lot of people are still doing 10. But if 8 is now like, is it where they're lower the thing to 8? What's good? So they'll like do the ads on 8 minutes now instead of 10. That's good to know. 10 minutes because of ads or something. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the reason it was 10 minutes was because that's when they could do like mid-roll ads. And so the theory was that if YouTube can put mid-roll ads on your video, they're going to want to show it to more people. And it also has to do with viewership retention and stuff like that too. But I think originally it was because of the ads. G2 does these subscription notifications really, really well. They just meme it up. Those are just so important. Like that call to action makes such a huge difference.
I'll tip it top, okay? I'll tip it top.
I'm with you, Rasmus.
I'll tip it top, tip it top.
Oh my god, just hit something.
It's fine, Rasmus. I got him for you.
More.
We can keep going, we can keep going.
Yeah, I can do the tower.
We can jail them, we can jail them. I'm coming for a Kai'Sa.
Oh! Do you want to do Nash? Can we do Nash?
Yeah, rock it down.
Sounds pretty close. Yeah, -2. It's pretty close. I think they could compress the comms audio a little more in this, but overall, I mean, it's G2 comms video. It's going to be good. They're all good. All right. The piece de resistance of this stream is going to be this 100 Thieves announcement. So if you don't know, Nico joined 100 Thieves. She is more commonly known as the OK Boomer girl. That had that TikTok dance blow up. She's been a streamer for like 3 years, but she blew up on TikTok super recently and obviously is now very, very well known. Signed with 100 Thieves. And they released this other video. How much time was it? Oh, literally the day before. So literally the day before they released this video.
We are struggling!
Yeah, almost died.
Which seemed like a normal content house video for them. It's just like, it's a challenge video. They're going to compete, and this is what they do with the content house most of the time. Pizza rolls. It's John Stamos' favorite part, the time where he gets advertised pizza rolls.
I risked his life!
Yes, Sea of Thieves announcement. So, like every 100 Thieves video and like every good YouTube video of this type should do, it's going to start with a teaser clip, which we just watched, or clips. It's going to give a short introduction into what's going to happen in the video and what the stakes are. We're going to establish that right away, and then we're going to have the meat of the video, the outcome, and then the outro.
We have ever had in one video thus far. It's a lot. Post-quarantine.
That's true.
Oh.
You didn't even let me finish.
That's also true.
So today...
And again, 100 Thieves is just another good team that they just do meme edits really well. It's not usually too over the top. But they're funny.
Very exciting challenge that Brooke,
Good
Ray,
comedic additions.
Jack's here, obviously, as always, and myself, and then unfortunately we
And
had
the explosion.
What?
Unfortunately.
Well, last time you guys were in the house, me and Brooke beat your ass.
It was rigged. It was...
All right, so this video is very good. You should watch it. But the important part of this is coming later.
Okay, right. That looks really...
So they're supposed to perform these TikTok dances. They're having a competition against each other. You don't have to acknowledge my dumb comments. You too nice. No. I love your dumb comments. All about it.
Really good. Okay, that's a good look. Okay.
So for anyone that's not familiar with Valkyrae, she is very short and she has very, very long hair. The person in this rabbit costume is taller than Brooke, and also her hair is sticking out and is clearly shorter. Anyone who's super familiar with 100 Thieves would probably notice fairly immediately and very intentionally that this is not Valkyrae in the rabbit costume. So it would pose the obvious question, who is? Also, they're also like teasing... Oh god, I lost it. Whatever. Yeah, they're like teasing another content piece here. Like a painting content piece.
Perfect.
And then they even tease the idea like, oh, she's taking off the mask, who is it? And they don't show you. Also, if you're really perceptive, you notice that like some higher up marketing person, I'm not sure exactly who this is, but I recognize her as somebody who works in marketing at 100 Thieves, but I don't think works like specifically with content. And she's probably there specifically because Nico is there. So, don't know if that was intentional, but she's there.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, so anyway, Valkyrae and Brooke end up winning the competition. And then 100 Thieves tweets like, if you guys don't think Valkyrae's in the rabbit costume, you're crazy or just jealous or whatever. Basically like starts up this little, like gets the ball rolling so that people start looking at the video and they're like, wait, that's not Valkyrae. You know, like they create their own storyline, which leads into this video, which is the announcement of their new person. And this is going to be the follow-up to the previous video about what really happened in that video.
So many comments and accusations of the recent Content House video of me.
And keep in mind, she's being interviewed as if this is live or like happening in real time. But obviously these both would have had to been recorded before any of it was posted. So she's talking about all the comments and everything, which were self-created by 100 Thieves as part of the marketing push to announce this. You gotta pay attention, guys.
Not actually being the one dancing. I need to get everyone together and I need to come clean because I feel so guilty. Oh, hey you guys.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, thanks for coming. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the last Content House video. I'm sure some of you noticed there was quite a few accusations that I cheated and well...
Ray. Come on, Ray. No one with a brain actually believes that stuff. It's stupid.
No. I
The acting in this is top notch, by the way.
I agree with them.
Matt, you're being a sore loser, number
Always.
1. 2, it's Ray. No, I'm not. Come on, it's Ray.
Yeah, it's pretty cringe, but it's pretty like intentionally cringe. Like it's very self-aware cringe.
She never wins. It was never. She's never won a challenge. Been here for 2 years. It was voted on by the mob, man. Don't overreact. Be the sore loser.
Not a coincidence. Okay, I can't take it anymore.
They also use 100 Thieves uses music very well in their edits. Like super, super well in their edits. They set mood really effectively with music.
I'm a horrible liar. I can't dance. We get it. All right, I had Nico dancing. Okay, so we're
Oh shit, I missed it way earlier, but cuddle me, you fuck. Thank you for the follow.
doing Renegade, right?
Renegade.
Renegade. Okay, I'm gonna go put it on. Okay, be right back.
So is this supposed to be like behind the scenes, like what actually happened and everything?
Hi. Nico, okay.
Hi.
I need your help. I need you to put this on. We gotta win
stealing
this
that beat.
competition, okay? And you're definitely the best at this.
Okay.
So put this on. You'll never know and kill it.
Okay.
Kill it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, what do we say? What do you say? I'd like an apology, please.
Nico!
Cat's out of the bag.
Nico, come here. Nico, come here.
Oh, hi, Nico. What a surprise. What a surprise. What was I telling you?
Hi. I'm a big fan. I love all you guys' content. It was.
All right, so far the storyline is Nico was hiding in the house. They used her to win the TikTok challenge because they're tired of Matt winning every challenge. And so this is like a storyline that sort of has built up. Like the idea of Matt winning challenges is a storyline that's built up for months.
I know how this looks. I was in her TikTok video, but I just want to say it was really great working with you guys these past couple months. Oh.
I love the drama in my chat, guys.
Oh. Huh? Wait. Go back. What do you mean the last couple
Also,
months?
half this chat is Triumph editors. Hey man, I love it. Much love to Triumph and the editors. If we're gonna have a, shut up, Greg. If we're gonna have a team that we play this often, might as well know the editors. All right, so now we're getting to a backstory. It's set up as like a confessional.
So we're good to just completely say everything, right? Hi everyone, my name is Nico, and some of you guys know me from TikTok or Twitter probably. And the past couple months, I've been helping the 100 Thieves Content House members with.
It's very reality TV vibes, right? Like it's very like almost like a reality TV parody kind of thing.
A lot of different stuff. I was so excited when Courage asked me to help prank Nate Shot, but I honestly thought it was just for a good joke.
How unbearable is Matt when we film our Content House videos? I mean, to say he acts like a third grader would be rude to third graders.
I mean, I'm the best. I'm the best. Congrats, Matt. You can feel things without knowing what they are. Hey,
Try out montage. All right, I'll do this after the 100 Thieves stuff.
It brings out a different kind of anger in you.
Oh, no, hell no. You got it the wrong order. You guys got it the wrong order.
The order doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
I didn't.
This is all like actual clips from their past ones, by the way. I thought she was just said pregnant shot instead of pregnant shot.
I will contest this until the end of time. You put it in the order that it's sounding.
Where are you at, Crook?
He loses to you, he just is a baby.
We go to a sudden death overtime round? No, we won! 3 rounds isn't enough. Like, I finally got my material down. I won! Yeah.
Oh, the UK. That's terrible. Our social media manager is based out of the UK, so I'm sure she feels your pain of being on the NA schedule. Well, if you're out, Crook, good luck. Thanks for coming, and hope you enjoyed. Anytime you want to share some videos, let me know. I'll cover any videos on here.
Comeback! I didn't want to deal with this anymore. I knew Brooke and Ray shared the same sentiments, so I called in a little meeting between us to begin to devise a plan. Guys, what I have here is extremely important to our future in 100 Thieves. This is the list of the upcoming Content House videos, and I made note of these.
Yeah, so essentially what's happening here is you're finding out that Nico has been the difference maker in like the past like 2 months of challenges. That's essentially what happens here for a while.
Far to make me feel bad? I just would never do that. You guys.
And then Matt gets angry that they've been cheating.
I would never do that to one of you, and I'm done.
Matt, come on.
Jack, no, I'll talk to him.
Okay.
Who's actually shooting the videos? I'd love to have camera work control. Multiple people, I think. I know that Gabe Ruiz shoots some of their videos for the Content House. I know that Jeremy Dempey was involved in shooting this one because he posted about it. And he like literally just became director of content for Dignitas. But other than that, I assume just they're camera guys. I know they have a couple camera guys.
Did it hurt to do that to a friend? Yeah, but sometimes you need to be tough. You know, tough love is a thing. And I'm hoping that for the future, Matt realizes that it really does upset Brooke, Ray, and I when he does these things. But I just hope he's all right, man. Maybe this was a mistake.
I felt really bad that Nate Shot was so hurt, so I want to be the first one to apologize.
There will be a
No,
plot twist.
not right
yes.
now. I'm not doing this. Not right now. Let's go ahead.
All right, so Rob was right. There was a plot twist. Turns out Nico and Matt have been working together this whole time.
I was in on it the whole time. They had no idea.
Surprise! We
Did you
were
get free
working
pizza rolls
together this
now?
whole
Absolutely.
time.
Why would you join 100 Thieves if you didn't get free pizza rolls the whole time? Like, that's the whole point of joining. What are we watching here? We are watching the 100 Thieves announcing Nico video.
Brooke, Ray, Jack, they thought they were cheating me out. We had a switcheroo.
I've actually been talking to Nate Shop for months now. And then when
Imagine
Kurt
why
messaged
y'all
me, I was like,
skipping me.
how can I do that?
Little did they know, 100 Thieves and myself, we've been talking to Nico for months about joining 100 Thieves. And as soon as Jack reached out to her, she came and told us instantly.
He felt bad about it at first, but then we realized we could use this to our advantage.
Brooke had a lead on me in the power rankings, which I don't even know how she pulled that off. Jack was hot on my heels, so I knew I had to get him off my tail. So this worked out incredibly.
Also, every shot in this video looks freaking great. This interview setup looks awesome.
All right, guys, listen, look, I'm still really disappointed that you would cheat
They
again.
always get really, really high quality audio too. I wish they would hide these lavs, especially for something like if it's just a challenge, the lav showing is fine. But in this, where you're almost sort of doing like a scripted comedy show or anything scripted, hiding the lavs is just that extra step so that you can kind of fall back into the story and forget that you're watching the video at all. Having those mics hanging on there kind of just reminds you that you're watching a video. Yeah, exactly. The immersion. That's the word I was looking for.
But I'm willing to forgive you. But I think the only thing that's fair in this
hidden.
situation is that we
Or it's
completely
lobbed, or it's,
reset
boomed.
the power rankings and the records from the challenge videos. I would never cheat against you, but now we need to have an even slate, a clear slate. But I think the one good thing that came out of this situation is now we know how incredible and talented Nico is. And so that's why I talked with the team, and I'm so excited to let you know Nico's gonna join 100 Thieves.
Yes!
Yes!
This is super awkward.
All right, we got a new one.
This looks great though. These shots are awesome.
So just a question, has Nico helped you cheat in anything while you were here?
Absolutely not. I actually have some integrity. Nico has never helped me win a challenge.
Final game of the night. 250
God, a
grand
new
goes
one.
to the
Yeah,
winner.
it's so
Change
weird.
Their choice.
What a
Hit us
weird
with the
line,
countdown,
dude.
Sonia.
All right, so for anybody that doesn't know, Mr. Beast did like this rock, paper, scissors challenge with a whole bunch of famous internet people, and Nate Shot won. So the joke here was that she helped him win. This is a Discord screen, by the way. This is like the window that pops up when you leave a Discord call, and it's like, did you like that call? Yeah, and a White Claw here. Ain't no laws. And ain't no laws. You know? Solidarity. So that was the joke there. The nice bookend at the end there to kind of bring it all together. Yeah, it's genius. The way that they drummed up the excitement here and sort of created this fake storyline and then used it to push this video. I thought it was so smart. Like this is the kind of thing that requires like actual writers, or at least people who are spending a lot of time on it. Casey Neistat is such an enigma to me, man. Yeah, he's kind of a weird cat. It almost feels like Casey Neistat was just always Casey Neistat. I sort of understand his backstory, but it doesn't make sense to me as like a full puzzle. Like I don't understand how those pieces fit together and he's just Casey Neistat.
Do that. You guys are my friends.
Later, Crook, thanks for coming.
I would never do that to one of you.
Yeah, they just drummed up excitement so well. And obviously, you know, an announcement like this is going to have a lot of excitement anyway, but just the lead into it was super, super smart. Later, Bobby. So then we have this Excel content. Oh no, I was going to watch this Triumph video. That's right. Montage. All right, so I like the thumbnail. Matches the CS Online Summit, CS Summit Online branding. Dope to dope. Oh, that intro's neat. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's super cool. Got a new thing.
It looks good initially. Triumph just farmed MIBR on their own map pick. 16-6 in favor of Triumph, the equalizer. They've got both kills, and we've got another overtime ahead of us. He's absolutely fucking insane. All right. First weapon round.
The mix is weird here for me, and I think it's quiet. It's not crazy quiet. It is a little quiet. The way that the music's coming down when the caster volume is coming in, I think it needs to be closer together. So like the volume needs to come out right when that caster volume comes in so that there's no loss of energy at all. It's just like a really smooth thing. I'm talking like 2 keyframes. Like really short right at that change. Audio levels are all over the place. Okay. I won't harp on it too much then.
2 kills, so throwing a lot of that C-side. So here we go. That's actually okay. Get all back. They know what they're doing.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Passer behind the smokes. Good.
And then you'd use it as a transition. You make the mask transition out of it. That's neat.
Maybe a lucky spam, but God bless if they need it. Bomb just going down now.
I think a transition like this, a wipe transition like this.
Good spam. Maybe a lucky spam, but God bless.
A works better when there's some kind of movement that it's based on. So the fact that he's just looking straight forward and then it whips to the right here feels weird because there's no like movement. Like if he was whipping to the right and then that transition happened, it would make more sense to me. But the fact that there's no implied motion makes that feel a little more forced to me. I just personally don't like those whip movements without some kind of motion going on. And then also it needs a sound effect with it.
God bless if they need it. Bomb just going down now.
Sort of like that one, something like that.
Junior Shirley.
Oh, what was that?
Just going down now.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I almost wish that was slower. Yeah, this is neat. That sort of like paint stroke, that like gamma channel or luma channel transition. It's cool.
Surely heard them come up. Oh, one pass by. I can't believe he recovered that. That's another one out of the no way. Junior comes alive. And
ooh, this feels weird to me. I think this movement is too fast. I don't do any kind of like in demo camera work, but I think this feels weird because there's no motion blur and the camera's moving too fast.
Junior comes alive in overtime.
I think if you use I think if you add motion blur to that, what's that called? Frame blending? I think frame blending would help that.
And he burns one alive. He must find Grim, but he's just looks so good. He's gonna get another one. Yes, he will.
Grim's looking good. He's
56.
heated up. Yeah, 56 kills.
That transition again, cool.
Opening kill.
I think they're maybe consider motion blur on those letters. It doesn't necessarily need motion blur 100% of the time, but I'd just see what it looks like with motion blur. Every swipe transition I do, there is motion blur. Okay.
For TRK.
No, I'm talking blur on the that camera move that was like in demo captured. Like if you use frame blending, I think it'll like add like a fake motion blur to that.
In the water is Grim, and he's standing tall. Another one, and MIBR falling apart. It looks good initially. We're going to a 5th overtime. The man of the match last series, Grim.
I think you need better sound effects. Freesound.org is a place where I'll grab some sounds sometimes, or I'll get sound effects off Epidemic. And they're each sound will have like a license on there as far as like what you can do with it. But just taking a couple different like whoosh sounds from there and blending them together, dropping frequency, raising frequency, something just to like get a mix, adding a little reverb or something on it, and get some nice transitions out of that.
Dropping to what, 64 or something.
Finding nice sound effects is a pain. Yeah, for sure. And it just takes a lot of practice. I went to school for audio post-production. So I'm pretty comfortable in it, but I also spent a lot of time like learning sound design.
Yeah, he continues, he gets the 2 there. Okay.
You're also like not alone in that too. I would say like a large majority of esports videos have not good sound design.
He's absolutely fucking insane. Alright.
Wait, why do we...
He continues, he gets the 2 there. Okay, he is continuing. He's absolutely fucking insane.
Alright, so we're gonna see Junior later? Oh, okay. So we're introducing both of them because they're both capable of playing. I got you.
He gets the triple kill. Absolutely absurd, honestly.
That camera work was cool. I like that. That speed ramping seems super weird to me.
Triple kill. Absolutely absurd, honestly.
Yeah, I get it. Like, it's supposed to be with the beat, but I think it's just too small of a motion. Like, he's just taking a couple steps forward. If it was more like extreme motion, I think that would feel fine. But the fact that he's just like barely moving in each one makes it feel kind of awkward.
The bomb is gonna get stopped.
Oh, I don't know about that either. This mask looks weird to me. I would probably just mask like right along it and then just make that bigger. This just feels awkward. Maybe if you like blurred this line so it wasn't a hard line, maybe, but I would just cut right on the edge there.
Look at the time. 9 seconds. It has to be a drop. And KNG. Oh, he can't land it fast enough.
Cool.
What a round.
Cool music impact with it. That was good. Ooh, the cinematic bars.
Gosh darn it. 16-6.
Gosh darn it.
1-1.
Oh, yeah, that's when you guys destroyed MIBR. Big fan. Oh, wait, I missed that. God, that was stupid. I like that transition with that shot. That was great. It all worked together really well. Wait, MIBR won that match? Okay, now I'm angry. Why would you send me this, dude? Just kidding. That was great. It's a little short, although montages are usually pretty short, so you're probably fine there. For me, the hardest part of the montage is like selling it to the viewer. Like, how do I even get the viewer to click on a montage? That's the hardest part for me, and it's why we don't do a lot of them. Like, because they're really cool, and if you spend a lot of time on them, they can be a really cool product, but I just don't think that they perform as well as like a comms video or something where you're giving people more of an excuse to want to watch it. And I think you see that reflected here. Like, although, oh, this is like from 10 days ago. Like, I'm sure, I haven't looked, but I'm sure the comms videos perform better. 2 of the 4 videos I made for Triumph have been montages, 1 comms, 1 stream highlights. Yeah, stream highlights are tough too. Grim got 100 kills in 2 maps. Yeah, dude. That match was sick. That was such a good map. That first map went to like quadruple OT. Yeah, it was great. I watched that. Yeah, I know you're saying you were gonna change the end screen. That's the other thing I would bring up. But I think the montage looks great. I think you're on the right track. It's just, like I said, selling it to an audience, finding an audience to watch it is the hard part. Thanks for sending that video in. If anyone else has any videos that they want me to watch, just let me know. Behind the screens. I guess this is like a vlog style video. Yeah.
Nice and cozy to it. Let's go.
Is this from Excel? European League of Legends?
Let's see that everyone starts to download. I can't believe it. You don't come. Hey, Mark, come closer.
I really like this vlog content because, like I talk about a lot, I really like anytime you can show player personality. People already know they're really good at video games, but what else do you have to offer? The personality is a great selling point. I feel like the CC I made was too flushed. The CC for the montage? Do you mean the lower third? CC. Wait, did you CC the casters? I don't even think I noticed. I'm not a huge fan of this animation. I mean, I guess it's fine. I don't think it should be motion blurred. Like, it's always I motion blur or not motion blur on a case-by-case basis. Usually if something is entirely animated, I don't motion blur. I use something like echo or something to imply the motion better. But motion blurring something that's completely animation is usually a no-go for me, at least personally. Now, if there's some sort of like real-life element, then I'll usually do motion blur. Top third was a different lighter color that made it work, but overall, I would have preferred using a more saturated CC. Color correction. Oh, I see what you're saying. I was thinking closed captioning.
He's looking good.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
56. Yeah, 56. Gets the triple kill. Absolutely absurd, honestly.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's almost warmer at the top and cooler at the bottom. Is that true?
There's the nade. The bomb is gonna get stopped. Look at the time. 9 seconds. It has to be a drop. And KNG. Yeah. Oh, he can't land it fast enough. What a round from Sponge.
Color caption.
You set him up here.
Huh. I don't know. I've never really done something like that before. I mean, it gives it kind of a unique look. I don't dislike it. I like how you hear what's happening before you see what's happening. You're already hearing the ping pong balls before you're seeing them actually hitting the ping pong balls.
I don't know, man. Like, I dropped my phone, I stepped on it, and like.
Seems a little draggy.
I'm waiting for my new phone from BT.
Yeah, the J transition, the L cuts and the J cuts.
I think practice this week has gone pretty well, and we have learned a lot. And I do believe that we have a great chance of beating every team, pretty much. So I guess we just need to show it.
I think the tough part with the vlog is like we were talking about with the 100 Thieves video. Because it's like scripted or it's set up, they can just like tell you about the video at the start. They can be like, here's what it is, here's the stakes, here's what we're doing. It's much, much harder to establish that in a vlog style video because obviously you can't just tell them what to say. You're trying to capture authentic relationships. So maybe an option would be to cut up some of the stuff that happens later as sort of like a teaser at the start, so you're sort of getting a better idea of what's happening.
Can you believe none of them knows good about hunting?
Maybe that's how you counter that.
Well, I've heard of it last time. Yes.
Then how can he know and you guys don't? Thanks. It's a really good movie, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Almost 2 minutes in this video, I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, of course, like Felix doesn't know that, man. You know.
Oh my god.
In the LEC. We just won.
We played really good the first 50 minutes, and then the game went
It just feels really slow.
Man's kebab is so good.
I like that they're doing vlog content though. I think stuff like this is super important for like taking a fan base that already exists and just like turning fans into super fans. Seems like a filler vlog, day in the life kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. It's very it feels very drawn out, right? Like there's a whole lot here that just isn't that interesting to me. And maybe I'm clearly not the target audience, not a European League of Legends fan, much less a fan of Excel specifically, but fans can potentially like this stuff a lot and become bigger fans. Like you're probably not gonna take people who aren't fans and make them fans, but you're kind of taking that fan circle and kind of closing it in. Thanks for the host, Cuddle me, you fuck. The name just makes me laugh every time.
Now, Jankos held it once. Patrick's dominating. I don't even understand.
I think it's worked out beautifully, and now Patrick in a position to actually carry this game as G2 looks to try and kill him.
Deja vu, deja vu. We've seen Patrick in this position before. He shuffled back. He does have the
He's not taking it.
It doesn't pop up on the screen or anything, but it pops up in my activity feed.
Damage! Oh my god, the Severum just does so much work for him. G2 gonna try.
I didn't mean to out you if I wasn't supposed to.
Capitalize on him as he comes back up. He's healing. Oh, he's surviving. Oh my god. Get a Felios, G2.
Patrick 9-1 and 10. Well played by him. XL going to secure a big win against G2.
You won?
Yeah. I think the screaming was an outside call on the line. Okay.
Oh man. Patrick, how do you do this? Are you like half human, half robot, or like 100% cyborg? I don't know, man.
On all this R&D.
Well, guys, we have to open some windows here.
Alright, I think we get it. Alright. Is this sponsored? Maybe not. Behind the scenes, becoming an esports translator. Featuring Deer. This is from the Dallas Fuel, the Dallas-based Overwatch League team. So right off the bat, this is another video that is very tough to find the audience for. Like, is the Dallas Fuel fan base going to be inherently interested in this? Probably not. Are there a large number of people looking for esports translator content? Probably not many. So how do you hit your niche with this video? It's kind of my question. Or inherently make it interesting to the people who are going to be watching it.
Hi. I don't know. This is so awkward. Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Deer. I am currently a translator for Dallas Fuel, and I want to tell you about how I got into esports and share some tips on how to get into esports yourself as well. The biggest benefit of being a translator.
Anyway, thank you for advice. I've taken as much of it on board as I can. My drunk ass can. I'm 2 in the UK. Peace. Have a good, nice night, dude. Thanks for sending the videos, man. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Usually the show's on Sunday. It's on Monday today, but check in every Sunday night. And we'll be here watching esports content. And you can send in more videos if you want.
Translator in an esports organization is that you get exposed.
This is really quiet.
So many different roles within the company, including coaching, mental
Negative
skills,
14.6. This is real quiet.
and player management. So I'll tell you some things that I did to get my first job in esports. Just like.
Yeah, so the question about whether this was going to be, they were going to find a way to make this inherently interesting to their fan base, I think the answer to that is no. They didn't. Want more of these? Any more? Yes, 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 yes. So there's at least some people that are into this. They have found some sort of niche.
I started as a big fan of esports, and witnessing all the struggles and all the effort that a player has to put in to become a professional player is so intriguing. It's just, they need so much passion. In your daily lives, I mean, you don't really see that passion that commonly anymore. So that's what really gave me the drive to dive right into esports. But I feel like number one is honestly caring about esports. If you care, I had no idea that
Okay, so this is a sponsored video, by the way. It's sponsored by Samsung. We're getting the glamour shot of the phone here and how she uses her phone to be better at her job.
any esports organization is looking for. I had no idea that I was going to start translating for esports anytime soon back then. And I had no idea that I was going to change my career back then as well. But I just started translating.
Hashtag ad.
Through that experience, I realized English and vice versa. And
I wish there was more like her interacting with the players, like more of her doing her job.
Translating words.
And less just her talking
I realized that the next
at a camera. It all comes back to like, we talked about this earlier, man. Like, if you just sit somebody down, you have them talk at a camera, if they're not like super interesting, like if they're not somebody who does that for a job, they tend to be very boring. It's not to say that this is a bad video, but I think if you had more her interacting with players or her interacting with other staff or something, maybe 2 translators that could talk to each other about it or something, I think this video is considerably more interesting. And an end screen with nothing going on. Unlucky. All right. Does this have the cool intro? No.
Hold it onto your face and say.
Oh no, is this at 60 FPS? Bummer.
Hello.
Don't shoot at 60 FPS. It looks weird. You don't get enough natural motion blur.
Take off your clothes.
No.
Who are you?
I am K-Developer.
Where is the skate shirt?
I forgot it at home.
Oh my. What do you think?
He's a bandit. Sam is toxic.
It is how it is. Then? No. No, sir. I recorded.
I kind of like that the players are using the camera. That's kind of a fun intro. This looks like it was recorded on like a point and shoot or something.
Can you translate in Spanish?
Básicamente hoy veníamos a enseñaros la Magenta Facility en Colonia y vamos para allá.
Normalerweise kommen wir immer so um 12 an, weil wir immer relativ lange schlafen.
Básicamente cuando llegamos aquí nos lavamos las manos, intentamos usamos todas las medidas contra el corona y pues también aquí está el equipo de Prime de LOL, de SK y...
Wait, this isn't the league team?
Y hacen varias cosas.
Who is this?
We come together with KB, Morten, Javi and me.
I don't know who these guys are.
First, and then we start streaming.
Do this.
What's that?
It's a bum massage.
It's like
Yeah, it's the pressure. It's the.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
We also have a small area outside. Today the weather isn't that great, but how much is that?
I mean, they at least have 2 people so that they can like interact with each other, but it's just like really awkward. I feel like they need to cut like 4 minutes out of this. Take a David Dobrik approach, just bam, 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 video over, you know? Mic check C9 through the years. So there was like a special old C9 versus old TSM exhibition, League of Legends exhibition game. I guess this is the comms from that.
It's not disappointing, fans. Just play well.
Yeah. Today is the day. I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel like losing to TSM.
Nice. Good start.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Just chill out and just play like you usually do.
Yeah.
These guys are way better than everyone else we played. It's just going to be a lot harder.
Reggie. Hit Nexus, Nexus.
But is this the comms from that match, or is this the comms from the old match? From the original match?
Cloud9 does not drop a single game. It wins for Team Solomid. Cloud9 are...
Oh, it's like comics clips from like, it is through the years, okay. So it's like the best of comms from the whole history.
Cloud9 versus TSM.
because it's from League of Legends. Huh. That's cool. Pretty effective content. And obviously you can just reuse a bunch of old footage. So you don't have to like get anything new. Pretty smart. How the SF Shock lost an MVP and became Melee champions. I think this title is too long and too wordy. Which I guess it would have to be too wordy to be too long. Like, could it be like lose MVP, win championship? Like, is that more effective? It's much shorter. Let's watch this one. Okay. So we have a high energy intro. We're establishing the sponsor of the video, which is T-Mobile. So we're giving them their impression that we need to give. We probably have to do like a few impressions throughout the video. Holy Jesus, this is 27 minutes. Okay. So yeah, we're starting high energy, getting people hit on right away. Showing that this happened previously.
시즌전 휴가 기간 동안에는 사실 이번에는 이제 그런 것들 하고 그냥 게임 위주로 많이 했었던 것 같아요. 다른 게임도.
Their impression.
So during the off-season break, I mean, some players they just kind of chilled and did their own thing. I, along with Moth, we had Team USA stuff, so we were representing USA in the World Cup, which we ended up winning, which I thought was pretty cool.
아, 저는 이제 시즌 전에는 이제 바쁘게 이제 국가대표를 준비하느라 잠시 일주일간 이제 가족들과 시간을 좀
Good luck, Bobby.
빠르게 워낙 순식간에 이제 지나간 것 같습니다.
아무래도 휴가다 보니까 최대한 이제 오버워치 생각은 안 하려고 하는 편이기도 하고.
It's just like too much talking head in a row, I think.
I don't think I could really well. I do think breaks are important. But you know, you have to
I wouldn't mind having this like stream sound in the background a little bit. It doesn't need to be forward,
you're
but
trying to play catch up. You know,
I'm seeing it. I'd like to hear it.
To go to boot camp because I had not seen a lot of my teammates.
This is a lot of talking. Is this all talking head?
기고만장하지 않고.
저의 장점은 경험이 많은 편이고 멘탈.
조용하다.
No way, dude.
나는.
Okay, here's some gameplay highlights.
On the trot for Ansan, and he's looking for more.
There is breaking news as we come on the air tonight. 34 states in the country seeing new cases. A big concern is going to be the impact this is going to have on their lives. Today marks opening.
This is so dated, man.
It's good to be back.
COVID. This video just came out, right? July 9th, July 13th, yeah. This is just like too much for like one video. Like, why didn't like the first half of this video come out a month ago and then the second half of the video come out now or something?
It basically sucked. It sucks. It still sucks. It sucked then. It sucked the life out of us. It sucked up all of our time and all of our energy. It's scary and was something we have to deal with.
정말 저는 팬들과 만나서 정말 저희의 경기를 보여주고 싶었는데 그런 기회가 사라졌다는 게 너무나 마음이 아프네요.
It was a real gut punch to have to cancel this. But safety is most important. We had so many things planned, so many great events, well thought out. Everybody worked unbelievably hard. But I think as the world shut down, it became obvious it was the right thing to do.
코로나가 일단은 선수들이 이제 좀 더 하는 일도 적어졌고 그러다 보니까 이제 선수들한테 연습 환경을 조성해 주는 것도 힘들었고.
It's been a tough toll on the mentals, as they say. They've been happy, they've been lonely, they've been scared. They have only each other.
It's just so slow, man.
At the beginning of the season, we had a.
Like, it's not that like any of this information isn't pertinent, but I feel myself wanting to click away so bad.
제가 좀 더 잘한다. 뭐 아무래도 초반에 숙련도가 남들보다 높다는 거는 에코 같은 경우에는 단순히 처음에만 그랬던 것이 아니라 저는 지금까지도 제가 에코를 가장 잘한다고 생각하고 있고.
Of course, notably missing is reigning MVP Sinatra. He has chosen to pursue other avenues. It hurts me a little bit because I cast Sinatra for about 4 years.
저는 정말 꾹꾹 말리고 싶었어요. 시나트라 같은 선수를 구하기도 정말 힘들 뿐만이 아니라 정말 그렇게 재능 있는 선수가 가장 자신의 주가가 이제 이 선수가 오버워치를 싫어하게 만들었나? 약간 그런 생각도 많이 하면서 자책도 많이 했어요.
저희 쇼크에 약간 저희 쇼크에 이제 거의
This is a nice moment. This is like really good music for this. It's the right emotion.
안타깝지만
The mix isn't
너의 두
bad.
번째 기회를 잘 잡아봐라. 너는 어디 가서도 실패할 선수가 아니다.
I think Sinatra's legacy is less of winner and more as a growth story. Getting into Overwatch League, you know, a lot of issues with being a toxic kid, having that burden of being, you know, Mr. 150, and then trying to be a good teammate and a winner, and he grew and developed, and that I think is his legacy.
저희 팀의 그 화끈한 러쉬, 그러한 것들은 모두
Like, man, we're 14 minutes in the video. How many people aren't seeing this section because they just didn't make it that far into the video?
시나트라에 기반해서 나왔다고 해도 말이 과언이 아니죠. 그래서 시나트라가 저희 쇼크팀의 시즌 2를 만들어줬다 생각을 합니다.
Winning MVP, winning Overwatch League, winning World Cup, winning World Cup MVP. I mean, it was truly.
평가하지 않았어요. 근데 점점 이제
More talking head stuff.
DK 선수가 워낙 잘한다고 소문이
Yeah.
많이 나 있는.
It just feels like this could be cut down a whole bunch. Mic check with Origin. Guys, I'm telling you, comms videos are the secret sauce. Like, everyone's doing comms videos because it's easy on the players. The players don't love to do extra stuff if they don't have to. And it's shows personality. Like I talk about all the time, man. It just shows off the personality of your team. And people don't get that a lot if you don't have this kind of content. Unless you're doing like a flashpoint where you get to like talk crap on people, or the post-game interviews at ESL or something. Like, people don't see who these players are very often. And these videos are just a great way to showcase that, and the fans love them. The fans connect with them really well.
I'm coming, Barney.
Both have TP.
Oh,
I'm
they're
TP
tipping,
too.
they're
I'm matching.
Syndra could TP. Syndra could TP.
Why's the music
Maybe
gone?
Flasher. Gone up. Kill the Nord. Kill the Nord. Kill the Nord.
Yeah, I think that's here, Erland.
Yeah, I'm backing off. I
Yeah,
got
I'm
works.
going, Peter. We're going by
Careful.
Okay, they have no TPs.
Yeah, I'll just pink here. Will you guys get him?
And the music's just
Yeah,
super
okay.
low. The music's
Going
really,
up.
really
I
low.
saw Nord. I saw Nord. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I remember this. They put the CC like above their heads, which is cool. Other than that, I remember these being kind of
I don't think we can go next.
leaving some to be desired.
Alright.
Do that. It's only us here.
okay.
I popped this banshees. Behind us up here.
Mix just needs a lot of work. The music's way, way, way too low.
Think Nuke, you need to flash on Syndra. She has no
I
flash.
don't have
Oh, you don't
flash.
have flash.
Last team fight.
And I mean, without being a huge league person, it's tough for me to know exactly what's happening in these fights and like what makes them compelling. But some of these clips don't feel that
I'm looking
overly
for Syndra.
interesting to me.
I'm coming. You
Ball
guys.
probably reset.
I think this is another. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a podcast. Okay. All right, the heist. This is the docu series for the week for 100 Thieves for their League of Legends team. And these are usually pretty good. This looks a little oversaturated. The red on this looks weird.
Split. I worked really hard during the offseason.
I felt really confident. Of course, I was still a bit nervous because it's first time LCS.
The moment you make a mid-season roster change after 3 weeks, you understand that every single player has hurdles they have to traverse.
I'm here.
Okay,
Come in.
So check out how much faster. We just went through like 3 different people and heard from 3 different people, and we're 20 seconds in. Some of those other videos we watched, those people talked each for like a minute before we were like really getting into things. This is so much faster. You're getting the pertinent stuff. They're cutting out the rest. What do you need to know what's going on in the story? Anything else is fluff. Cut it out. Get straight into it.
Okay, boys.
Love it.
Spirit is gone now. So I have some responsibility to lead our teams.
All right, and we're establishing what the theme of the video is going to be. It's going to be the new roster, and it's going to be someday coming into even more of a leadership role. We've established it. It's 30 seconds in. Now we're rolling the bumper. Now that you're sunk in, now that you're committed, we're rolling the bumper, and we're off with the story.
So what I want to do today, I've got two lists of things, and we are going to talk about the 7.
All right, so they just established location. We're at the Cash App 100 Thieves compound. 100 Thieves, Cash App, 100 Thieves. We're at their compound.
Sins. A good movie.
Oh, did you hear that, by the way, Edward?
What?
He said it's an anime.
I'm too old now because everything that popped up for that's anime instead of a movie back when I was a kid. And we're also going to talk about 7 habits of highly effective leaders. Anyone tell me why pride might be on this side of the list? If pride is defined as a feeling of wanting to be respected by others, how could that be a problem? How could acting out of pride be a problem?
You think too much of others' opinions or something like that?
Bingo.
My whole career, I've focused too much on what.
All right, so they take contracts answering the question and they use it to transition into a contracts interview. That's way more significant than if some random person had answered that question and then you just went to a contracts interview. It would feel way more segmented. In this way, it feels like a very natural transition to go into his talking head here.
The outside perspective is on me.
Actually, highly anticipated.
Do that job talking about leadership. There's actually like a lot more esports teams getting mental coaches. It's like a pretty big deal. And it's helping, a lot of teams are seeing a lot of positive success from it.
Him turning LCS eligible as well. A lot of teams were, looking at him. And
My confidence really was at its peak when, people were saying really good things about me.
It's always great to see more North American talent, but Contracts is the guy I'm very excited to see. Reminds me a lot of the hype that was around Dardoch when he came into the league.
In the jungle, rookie of the split, Contracts.
This is a really unlucky situation where you have a clip where you need the audio, but then there's also music under that, and then you have music that you want to put under that, and sometimes the music clashes, and that's what you're hearing here.
I had my lowest confidence was when, people were talking me, they were calling me bad, etc., right? Didn't really do well at all. My first split in academy kind of got too complacent and didn't take it as seriously as I should have, and then coming into this split, I worked really hard during the offseason. As we started practicing, it was really easy for me and Poom to just gel into the team.
So give me an example where you were too worried about other people's opinion of you. A time that you were worried about what others thought of you.
My whole career.
How many type A musicians that I get to relax and focus? At least 4.
Same?
That's a powerful one in this space.
Yeah, I know it is.
Because
that's why it's the first one on the board.
A lot of people are scared that if the public opinion of you is that you're a certain way and it's a negative thing, then everyone prejudges you for your career.
So the big story of week 4 of the LCS 500 Thieves was
Again, Papa Smithy answering question in footage, then using that to transition into Papa Smithy talking head. It just makes sense.
Introducing 2 new players. The moment you make a mid-season roster change after 3 weeks, you understand that every single player has hurdles they have to traverse, but through this self-improvement.
And the way that they go from like this sort of like behind the scenes vlog footage of their mental coaching session into the talking heads and sort of back and forth creates this nice like ebb and flow. Whereas like with that San Francisco Shock video, it's just like talking head all the time. There wasn't that like give and take ebb and flow that the video like this has. And it makes this video feel more natural and easier to watch. You don't get that dragging feeling.
That's very much an individual thing. There's also just growing an idea of what we are going to be as a team, what our new core is going to be.
Coming into this week, of course, I was still a bit nervous because it's first time LCS. Nobody really knows who I am. I used to be a CSGO player with some IRL friends back in Montreal. I started playing League casually in the summer of 2017, and then Season 8 came around. I played like...
He started playing in summer 2017, and now he's playing LCS? That's nuts.
1,000 games more. And then I hit Masters and came really close to Challenger. That was the season where I started playing Amateur. In Season 9, I hit Challenger. And that's where I participated in TCS with the CLG boys. And then from there on out, everything exploded.
Kill, looks for a bubble, misses it, and it looks like he's probably just gonna walk out of the situation. Looks like there's nothing to kill off. Boom, but actually he just fully...
So he's talking about his experience in the TCS, and then they immediately show the footage from the TCS. Oh no, this is from Academy. Just kidding. Wait, is it?
Gets the Morgana. Can they get more?
Oh, this is from Academy stuff. Okay.
Caught out. Flashes still dies. Like we said earlier, my MVP is Poom. Amazing turret play. Really, really impressed me.
How about being proactive and inspiring others? Anyone here have a sense that they did something recently that seemed to pick up others? Or that their attitude was...
Oh man, this is actually... I didn't pick up on this at first. They're using the talking points that they're talking about in the mental coaching as their talking points in the interview. And using that as the storyline. It's pretty next level. That's really smart.
One of you in the last week.
I think for Sunday, I think just talking a lot more in one of you. I think that's something that us well was really Oh, nice. So, oh my god, I didn't realize it was your birthday Sunday. Happy birthday. It was a joke.
Yeah, it's the first week of the new roster. I think it's been going pretty well. Just even though we had a
those little segments just do such a good job of encompassing personality too. Those are so important
for practice. I think the 3 days that we had were pretty valuable, I'd say. I think for us this week was more to just see where we're at as a team, and I think we all learnt a lot. And it was very quick as well.
It's still there? Phil, you there?
Yo, what's up?
Yo. Alright, let's get it started. Usually, are you in?
Oh.
Oh my god, I'm falling. Oh my god, I'm falling. Holy Yo, okay, we're in though. We're in.
Nice, we're in.
Alright, sick.
Is this the new boy band?
Something like that.
Alright, make sure you can see me coming.
Yeah, we got our hands in.
Wait, not yet. Alright, guys. First match as a new team. It's exciting stuff. Alright, let's bring it in, guys.
Alright, I'll pass on the good word, Bobby.
Hand is up.
Better be ready for this.
This is so red. This is the reddest red I've ever seen.
Alright. Thieves on 3. 1, 2, 3!
Transition. I didn't love that transition, but I'm glad that that's where the transition was. It made a lot of sense.
Thieves on 3. 1, 2, 3!
Yeah, I don't know about this. This is kind of weird. It's like a Luma. It's like a Luma key transition. So you can tell this is there's black writing on the wall here, or some kind of colored writing. And that's what's disappearing first, and then the brightness disappears later. But it just doesn't work for what it's transitioning into. It just kind of happens.
That's gonna be
Even some kind of motion transition would be fine there because you're moving so much. I assume that's what they tried and it just didn't work.
kill for Ryoma. Nowhere else to go. Those gonna be shut down. 2 for 1 so far in this fight, and Golden Gunners are on the chase. Hanser is here. The ult is gonna find his first stun. One more Automite do it. Cody Sun's gonna drop, as will his support.
Oh, looking? Yeah, I'm looking.
Alright, and they're integrating comms into these videos too.
We're cutting.
So you're getting that element as well.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I think that's
behind. You guys go behind?
Yeah, I can.
Or anything, I
think we got the gist of it.
No, I didn't hit 2. I had 1 and 2. That's pretty sure. GG.
Phil?
Yo, what's up?
So, there was a lot of really, really good stuff that I thought you applied in the stage games this week.
Imagine having
How do we end this?
A better mindset in terms of the work we're going to put in. The work will be hard. The work will be there. we're real excited about the Mets.
They won. They ended. Oh my god.
Holy sh!
We've seen this.
Wait, horns up.
Wait.
Oh, wait, he's dead. Oh my god, tactical clutch.
Did you see Gomez's tweet, Tony?
No, I need to find my keys.
It's a great example of putting a clip under the end screen.
Tweeted, I watched a full match of our
Retain
LOL
people.
LCS official without tabbing just to see what this hashtag Poom game is all about. No idea what it is, but I like the part when he put the green circle on Someday to save him. That's my Poom play of the day. Hashtag #Days.
Redemption.
Oh.
All right, then we have the same kind of video from TSM. It's their docuseries from this week.
TSM, the only organization that respects
The one
their
with the
players'
most
time.
TikTok followers. The one with the most TikTok followers.
Holy shit.
The
BB.
Zoomer.
BB's the Zoomer? Wait, are you youngest? Me?
I think I am.
But who's the youngest at heart?
I think BB's older than me.
We're Zoomers on the inside.
Are we?
Yeah, I think so.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. I'm kind of feeling like the kind of celebrity vibe. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Everyone taking pictures of me. It's no big deal.
It's no big deal.
At this point, it's natural to me.
Do that on the daily?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, just feeling it.
Honestly, it just feels wrong when there's not a camera in
This
my
is
face.
really long.
Right now,
It's a really long intro.
100% comfort zone.
Holy crap.
There's
This
not
is
enough
really
cameras,
long intro.
actually. Right, Vincent?
Huh?
Turn your body this way. That you drive when there's just cameras everywhere.
No.
Actually, Vincent loves
Right up
taking
close.
pictures.
He just loves, dude. He
What?
loves
I
the
never take
spotlight.
pictures.
Honestly.
What?
Vincent loves attention.
Did you know that you put a finger between your
This
teeth?
lasting so long.
I guess I don't really think too much about the momentum. I do think that we're able to perform decently on stage, and we.
All right, later, buddy. Have a good stream. So it seems like the angle that they're kind of going for is like, hey, we're all best buds. Watch us be best buds. Seems like that's kind of the deal that's happening here.
know how to win games on stage, which is really good. Even if we're not getting the draft that we're the most comfortable with, we're still able to adapt and win.
Really trying to play up the relationships between these players and how they get along.
And we don't just kind of fall over. And there's many things that we still need to do better and that we're still working on. So that's kind of my main focus. I'm not thinking about, all right, we're on a roll, guys. Let's just keep winning. It's really, okay, we're winning despite all these mistakes and weaknesses that we have and are making. If we eliminate those, winning is going to be so much easier. So I'm just looking to make our wins easier and cleaner because we're still far from our peak.
It's just taking a long time to get into this. All right, so now we've got Bumper. This looks really good. This like tilt shift effect. This looks dope. Yeah. Dude, sick Logitech shot there, man. Really getting that Logitech earpiece there. Good shit. This projector on the face is cool. Yeah, that bumper's neat. I think it's probably a little long, but you know, whatever. And then you got the best buds shots at the end. Really drive that idea home.
Practicing for next patch. Gotta warm up the clear. Once I join his buff, it's my meta. I've actually played this champ so much, I know every single matchup. Yeah. I think I played like, what, 50 games in Gauntlet?
Even played it into Trundle last week. And Josh
Yeah.
was like, what? So you want Trundle's up?
Yeah.
Punish him.
It's not the best, but, you know.
Just trolling.
Just trolling.
Think
More best buds footage.
this week will be really important for us to see if we're a good team. So it's just up to us to keep practicing hard and think about the things that I still need to work, like Herald and the Herald.
I hope he's not usually in charge of those speeches.
Yeah, otherwise we're fucking good. Yeah. Someone threw it. Better at the Herald. 1, 2, 3.
Cheers up. Sorry, I'm a little busy. I have to talk to important people. Cannot talk to the camera right now. But you already know the drill, you know. I mean, it's just a busy guy doing busy things. Business. That's where busy comes from. And I'm out.
Kind of slow. Alright, we're transitioning into the game. I wish there was like some reason to transition into the game there, but that's something that we talked about with the 100 Thieves video. Is like, it seemed like there was like reasons to go to the next scene, like reasons to transition into something else. They gave you a reason.
I'm looking. I can TP behind. Yeah, I'm TPing behind.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
They have more TP as well.
I'm TF ulting. Oh, that's good.
Moore's looking for TP too. Moore's TPing. It's fine. I think we win. I'm gonna look at Grace.
I need to fight the mortal. I'm finding the mortal team.
How's the fight going? Yep, Grace no flash. Keep going.
It's good. I'm chasing this time.
I'm in 5. I'm gonna flash farm one here.
Farm is dead. I'm stunned in 2. That's they're coming slowly.
Oh.
What was the transition?
Farm is dead. I'm stunned in 2. They're
It just flashes? For 1 frame? That's really awkward. Just white flash
coming
for
slowly.
1 frame.
Oh, Ash arrow.
Look at Graves, guys.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, they have flash shield. Okay.
A flash.
They use Ash
I'm
arrow.
just porting the group.
I wonder if that was intentional. Maybe that was unintentional.
I
can take the turret here, yeah? On next side?
Oh my god. I'm fine.
It sounds like they've muffled the caster audio, which is weird.
Oh, they're TP flank. We're gonna end the game.
Like, it's not just quieter. It sounds like they've like actually like rolled off the EQ or something.
Landing. Just live. Run. I got ulted.
Hey Ash. Just fight them slowly if you can.
Very odd.
I got Ash.
The fact that they're integrating comms into this, I like this
We're just
shot too.
Yeah.
It's smart.
Oh wow.
Vincent's gonna hit you.
We know that comms is
made like
effective.
a play bot, and we're just like everywhere on the map, and then we just
well today.
This Zoom call here.
You had a good lead, and then you held it and played well for the team. I thought that was really good.
Aggressive.
I think we got the gist of it.
Performing better, and when you can trust your teammates and kind of like your
then
team
we've got some
cohesion,
interviews here.
It does feel like our base for each player's individual game knowledge is higher, so I can, at least in our team for the most part, every player is kind of involved in the
nice
team plan.
B-roll.
So I can focus more
I think the
on
color in
what
this
is
has been
my
a little
part in this plan and how
off.
can I execute it the best compared to
Even on these
looking around and be
outside
like,
shots,
is
it
he
seemed a little
committing? Is he
weird.
doing this? Is he doing that? And that was kind of a big
Can't
goal of
quite
mine
put
going into
my
the split,
finger on
because
it.
if you're trying to play the game for 5 people, you're not
why
going
it's
to beat any
weird.
decent team anyways. So
I think, I mean, a win is a win. I think we're still beating like who other people consider top things. Like we beat EG pretty easily, I think. CLG was a close game, but nonetheless, we still beat them. So I think next week
We
will
got
be
the gist of it. So now we've got the docu-series from Dignitas. It's called Odyssey, and it's sponsored by Respawn.
Hello, I'm Joshua Dardock Hartnett, and I play jungle.
I don't think I understand putting sponsors in thumbnails. I wonder if it's a request from the sponsors themselves. Doesn't seem like a very effective impression.
For Dignitas.
There's your
I felt
Respawn
pretty
impression.
happy and excited when I got the news that I was going to be playing LCS this week.
And right here.
Really excited to play with Phoenix again at an LCS level because I felt like we were getting back in form pretty quickly in Academy together.
Hi, my name is Jaehoon Kim, also known as Phoenix. I am playing mid lane for Dignitas. It's definitely feel good to be back to LCS. I mean, if you are a pro gamer, you always wanna take high competitive, so it feels really nice to take back to LCS.
In terms of our previous
Slow,
experience
dude.
in Phoenix in the past, I think there's definitely some takeaways in terms of like the synergies we built in the past, but the game has changed a lot too in terms of how people communicate. Now, of course, there's some similarities.
Like, do we need to
There's
hear
more
from
just
all
refining
3 of these
what we
people
built
about all this
versus,
right
like,
now?
Getting the new systems
Can we
adjusted
do
to the
something
way
else,
that
come back to
we
it? Can
saw
we cut
fit,
some of this
and
out?
It's been a good process. I think we're still in like the works of it.
Some more
and
Respawn
trying to put
impressions
that-
right at the top
same synergy
here.
we had in the past. We've only been together since the
Man.
start of the split again, and I think it's going to take time, but I feel like we have more than enough capabilities to get there.
Coming into this weekend, well,
Is
obviously
every player going to give their
not a
input?
good place to be. Everyone in the org is extremely disappointed with how things have gone so far, and everyone is committed to turning it around. When myself and the coaching staff sat down,
There's too many There's too many things happening right now. The problem is that there's too many threads that they're trying to follow at one time. Like, think about the 100 Thieves one. It was short, concise, here's what we're doing, boom, into the video, let's go, that's what we're going to talk about. And that's going to develop over time, right? Like, we're not just going to stay on one thing, it's going to kind of develop over time, we're going to cover some different things, but we're not trying to cover them all right at the start and just give you like this whole mishmash of stuff at one time, you know?
Looked at what do we need to do to change this up. We decided that we need to make a change in the core of the map. That's the mid and jungle positions. And in Academy, Phoenix and Dardoch had been playing really well. They'd just come off 2 great weeks of scrims. They'd had great games on stage. We saw that and we went and we looked back at their times on Team Liquid, where they were one of the best teams in the league, and even Echo Fox, where they were, first seed for most of the split. And we thought that that's a combo that could bring the life and energy that this team needs to...
Dude, we are 2 minutes in and we've only heard interviews.
Well, I remember a lot of our time on 2016, obviously. It was my and Lorlo's rookie split back then, so a lot of
More Respawn impressions. Let's go.
Something we've been really pushing this year is this...
What's that? Somebody clearing their
Something
throat.
we've been really...
The like ambient sound was super quiet there. That's super awkward.
It's way deeper of a personal thing for me. I don't think I have like a previous
so
org to prove that they did wrong to me or anything like that. I think it's known that I'm a formidable player in my own role and that I just need to get back to that level again.
Dignitas versus 100 Thieves. Now both of these teams are struggling on their team identities.
Again, we're kind of not given a reason to transition here.
As well as their win records.
Nice damage, gets a reload on, dash reload. Now he's got to wait for 2 in the chamber. It may be...
Why are we in... Is this 4x3 or is this... No, this is 16:9. It's just like cropped in here and then cropped in here. I guess because... Oh, this has all been cropped in. Is it... No, they added black bars. Okay. Weird. This is a weird choice to me. That you would crop this in.
Long enough? No.
Like, if you added black bars, you can just full screen the gameplay parts.
It was not. Contracts goes down.
And then have the bars when there's not
Patiently
gameplay.
holding. See if they can get the orange out of him immediately. Bashes into the wall. Orange comes up. He's going to be moving, but not fast enough. Gets taken down as Lorlo picks up a kill. Here comes the TF Destiny. They're going to turn right on him. And
oh, no.
That's an oopsie. That's a big one.
The 100 Thieves game was our first game on stage.
So the music is obviously giving you the feeling of like, this is going to be a tough loss. We're going to...
We had 1 week of practice.
This is going to be a hard one for us. Like, we had high expectations here. We lost.
I mean, the gold lead isn't even...
But I don't know about the caster audio. I think maybe like using something that we learned earlier, muffling the caster audio here. So it's almost kind of like...
Was a misplace.
You can't quite make out exactly what they're saying. It's just sort of like a mess. Then it's sort of giving you the same idea, like that's how they feel in their heads too. Like it's a mess for them. The caster audio for us is a mess. Everything's just sort of a mess, and nobody really knows what's going on. That could be a better way of conveying that emotion, instead of just having the caster audio so crisp.
Game, and they will take down the Nexus, moving to 2-6 on the summer split.
Yeah, 100 Thieves gonna grab their second win. Dignitas will still stay winless, unfortunately for them. The roster spot really not...
I will say there were flashes of hope. We had winning lanes in top, even in a counter matchup, and we were...
Rip the man's KDA, as Afro is the only one left alive. But the Nexus
And we
will
lost
crumble
again.
Cloud9.
Okay.
I really do believe that we can be a good team, that we can get to where we want to be. And I think our early game could be the strongest in the league for sure. The kids that we just...
That has already stuck by our side through all these games already.
Yeah, just it's just real slow.
Just giving you guys hope.
Pace needs to open up a lot. All right, squad. This would be Team Liquid's docuseries stuff. Let's go. Considerably louder right off the front. Yep, a little past the mark, 1.4 dB.
I'd say joining Team Liquid was a fun experience. I was really burned out from playing League of Legends and specifically just, playing in C9 for so long.
I was in the energy team and I moved to C9. That time I met Jensen and yeah, he's funny guy. I was thinking, oh, this guy funny.
1, 2, 3. okay, let's. I don't really know how to describe my friendship with Impact. I guess it's like meme, but it's a bit more like troll, I guess.
Just one animal, like monkey. I think he like kid, I like child, but I think he did great when he needed to job.
I think we're both super serious people at the same time, at least when it comes to the game, but a lot has changed since then. All
right, so what we're establishing right now is this is going to be about Jensen and Impact and their relationship potentially, or maybe one of them specifically. Maybe we're going to go through Jensen and his relationship with each person based on the title. But once again, like the 100 Thieves one, we're establishing something at the start that's going to dictate what's going to happen in the video, rather than just kind of going.
4 years now. Nowadays, our relationship is a bit more serious. I mean, especially after I guess our 9th place finish. We used to go out a lot more, but I guess with COVID, we haven't really been. But I don't know. Lately, I've just, I guess, been keeping more to myself more than anything.
And we have this cool hand-drawn animation. This is really sick. Talked about this before. And this cool art at the end too. Really unique stuff. Not something that you see from other teams. We've got our Honda impression already made. Let's go. And our Alienware one earlier. We've actually had a few Alienware impressions already. Sorry for missing those impression trackers.
Bro, I didn't.
Alright, so once again we're into the episode. We're talking about Jensen again.
I didn't
right off the bat.
Yet, but you didn't move? No, I moved. So I got some stuff, but I didn't get the movers yet. Oh, okay. So I set up internet and all that kind of stuff now.
Oh, okay. So you're not gonna be gasless or heatless when you move in?
Yeah, all that stuff is taken care of.
Heatless?
Nice. Yeah.
California?
Nice.
Alright guys, pack penetration up front.
Later, Mr. Stamos.
The biggest thing I
you just saying,
decided
hey?
when I first joined Team Liquid was actually just a change. For sure, my goal is to win LCS and win Worlds, win MSI, and all that kind of stuff. But with Super World.
Yeah, so I like that they established
this
as a Jensen video, and then they've kind of stuck with it.
But we had to do some sort of.
It's kind of again been sort of maybe long. I think a lot of this stuff could be
몇 년마다
shaved down.
이제 조금씩 바뀌었는데 느낌은 게임하는 스크림이나 분위기가. 근데 이번에가 좀 많이 컸던 것 같아요. 이번에 솔직히 스티브한테 놀랐던 것도 바꾼다고 생각 안 하고 있었는데 바꿔버려가지고 그런 결정을 할 수 있다는 게 놀랐고 그러면서 모르겠어요. 다 으쌰으쌰 해가지고 분위기도 많이 좋아지고 그랬던 것 같아가지고 딱히 뭔가 제가 마지막 남은 멤버인데 그걸 보면서 어떻게 생각했냐 그래도 봐도 딱히 뭔가 없는 것 같아요. 그냥 자연스럽게 그냥 녹아들었던 것 같아요. 딱히 뭔가 And also Jet is come to our head coach. It's pretty good. It's changes. I always like change actually.
We got Jet, and it's been super exciting, working with someone who's basically been playing and casting leagues since the beginning of League of Legends. So, he has a lot of experience and ideas on how to play the game, and that's been a fun challenge in
See
itself.
how we transition into this.
Absolutely dominating teams.
This is a fun game, guys.
All right, so we're hearing caster audio already. So we're establishing the game before we get into the game.
Biggest thing is that we don't play scared.
Alright, and then we do comms
Over, Licorice can't quite combo it, and here comes Impact for Blabby.
over this. So Liquid has the bars there too. Then they have this stretched resolution version of the game that they use.
First blood, he will die.
It looks significantly better than cropping it in again because you have the black bars there.
Yeah, das ist kein. Euch Flash?
And then, I can look.
Look sorry.
Join that.
That probably makes sense if I understand League better.
Oh, I have Samsung. Yeah, get TP. Caster still. He's that. Nice.
It's going to be a first turret take up on this top side here, and Team Liquid is going to be significantly ahead.
We can look.
He's always stopwatch, okay? He's always stopwatch. Okay. No, I'm looking set.
They even mixed in some footage of like people watching in the Alienware facility, which is
Look
kind
at
of
the
fun.
stun onto Vulcan. Hook lands as well from Cord JJ, and Tactical's able to take him down, but Cord also low. The supports will not be traded off just yet as Liquid Haymaker's in, but he just can't fight all the carries. Splashes out though, stays safe.
Oh, shit.
Let's see how we transition out of this
That's
thing.
going to be an easy third dragon for Cloud9, and they are now at soul point. Cloud9 is at closing out games once they get the Baron, and generally speaking, it only takes them one.
Blabber gonna feint in and feint out. Great bit of poke there from Niski. Finds a snipe onto
Liquid
Tactical.
lose this?
And he's still going. He gets one, gets three! A triple kill out of Niski.
It's an L.
Yep, Niski gonna say, my team's better, but I'm better too. Jensen gonna be dove in his own fountain as Vulcan plucks him out of the air. That's gonna be the Bud Light Ace to finish off. Another win for Cloud9. Now 5-0 as they take down Team Liquid.
All right, so it has that happy music, and then at the end, it sort of becomes drops in pitch, goes into that explosion sound, and gives you that feeling of like the wind falling out of your sails, you know. So I was wondering how they were gonna take this sort of like happy-go-lucky, high-energy song and transition into we lost the game.
He's just gonna take free damage. Like, he's actually just gonna go down.
Anton and Ignar low, impact again, cutting away from the Ezreal, but he's still fighting.
Nexus.
And this time they didn't have to transition out of the music like that because they won the game.
I realized, like, can't take any split for granted or even any games. Like, every game matters and every game is important. So, I just hope we can.
And we're ending
get
with
back
Jensen. We had established this as like a Jensen forward video, so we're ending on a Jensen talking head. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Show that we can be the best team again. We are all here because we enjoy the game, but we also want to leave like a legacy behind, and no one really wants to be forgotten, and we want to be remembered for something. So it's important that we turn it around here.
Fun music for the end. Includes paid promotion. Logitech. Alright, so this is Astralis, European-based CSGO team. Device is, one of their players is taking a break right now. And this is them, I guess, just chatting.
Really good. We can see if they're forward in this one. Really good.
Wow, the audio is really difficult to hear. Presented by Logitech.
Has to be when we won in Katowice, I think. When my father had just.
All right, so from a logistical perspective, if you have a headset sponsor that's sponsoring your video, you should probably make sure that you're going to have quality audio. Because that's super awkward if the company that makes your mics, even if you're not using them, like obviously these aren't Logitech mics, but Logitech makes microphones. So you should probably make sure the audio is going to be good if they're sponsoring the video.
So it's like a little bit deep, but I think that was like
it's very quiet.
The most to me, not only
the mix
like
is rough.
On a team-based level, but it's also like the third major, second major.
They're just kind of talking.
I also think that
I'm sure fans are going to love this video because fans just love to hear from these guys. It's such a huge CS team.
Really struggled as a team, and everything just went to hell. And I kind of had.
And you kind of just have to. They just have to talk for a little while.
I had to step up. And
it is. They can banter a little bit. You show personality. You just got to pull some old B-roll to throw over it. They did CC here. It's all good. 11K views. It only premiered 8 hours ago. Their comms videos, man, they blow up. Day in the life of Estetech. Gosh darn it, I don't want this. Go away. Yeah, they're calm stuff. I mean, 120k, 117k. Day in the Life of Magus also did crazy good. And I mean, this is also a really, really new video, so this will go up. But crazy. So yeah, there's just a huge fan base for this, so it almost hardly even matters. Like, this video is gonna do well probably regardless. But really, the biggest thing I would change is the mix. Audio needs to be way better. This is G2 content, G2 League of Legends content. It's called League of Cringe Part 3.
Hello everyone.
With Carlos. Carlos is the CEO.
Hello everyone, I'm the guest of this video episode of whatever the fuck this video is.
So, if I were to cosplay... Okay guys, please listen, it's very important. If I were to cosplay, I would be because.
So I would be blank because blank.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Mickey, you wanna cosplay Tariq in Israel?
No.
Which camera?
Kind of a forced meme there.
I'll do it all three of them and...
So it's just like that over and over. Just fill in the blank stuff.
What a surprise!
I get goosebumps every time I think about blank at Worlds.
Why specifically blank?
Hey, what's the question?
They have G2 booklets? That's cool. G2 cards?
I get goosebumps every time I think about Korean barbecue at Worlds.
That's convenient.
It's actually the most convenient one. Can I swap? I get goosebumps every time I think about Tian Lee-sin at work. Well, as you can guess, I get no.
That's kind of fun. This is another example of a video where you're taking a fan base that you've already established and just making them bigger fans of these players. It's probably not going to be a whole lot of like people wandering onto this video, but you know, increasing how big of fans people are. CSGO Legends find Swedish pizza in Los Angeles. So this is vlog stuff from Dignitas' CSGO team. I don't like this. I don't like glitch effects in general. It's just not my deal. And the sound effect is really harsh.
Det är norr också, det kan finna färg. Nu kanske ni undrar vad det är vi gör. Jo, det är så att vi har hittat någonting som i alla fall... de säger i alla fall att de har svenska traditionella pizzor. Vi båda älskar ju svenska pizzor, speciellt kebabpizzan. De heter Viking Pizza Kebab. Traditional Swedish Pizza. Så vi ska se ifall de har traditionella svenska pizzor. Vi kommer vara domarna och avgöra det, för vi har höga krav kan jag säga. Men vi ska gå in och prova, så häng med och ta en titt.
All right. So, we've established location. We've established what they're doing. Kind of the stakes, I guess. They're going to be harsh critics of whether this is or isn't Swedish pizza.
Nej, de kör inte Vesuvio-skinkan.
Tycker du att det ser ut som svensk pizza?
Nej, alltså vissa i Sverige gör så här, men i Sverige är det såna strimlade skinkorna.
Ja, men vissa kör sådär, men jag måste ändå säga första intrycket.
Ja,
ser ändå ut att vara svenska pizzor på bilden.
Jag är så peppad, det finns inte där alltså.
Sen har de ju använt mitt face som bild uppenbarligen, så...
Used my face on the logo. This is a good group where these players, their personalities alone can carry just about anything. Like, you don't have to do a bunch of extra work because they're just going to be inherently enjoyable to watch.
Jag bara vill ha en sån mexikanpizza. Hej, how's it going? Ja, just det. Ja, du är svensk? Ja, okej, jag vet. Fan vad pepp det är alltså.
Ägaren var svensk.
Ja.
Vilket betyder att det här bådar väldigt gott. 3 kebabpizzor blev det. Jag visade 4 men det blev 3. Det blev 3 kebabpizzor i alla fall med extra sås. Så det börjar vattnas i munnen. Så
Ja, alltså jag vet inte vad jag ska göra. Alltså, jag kan inte ens prata längre Per. Alltså så pepp är jag. Jag är som sagt, alltså man bor här, varje gång man kommer tillbaka till Sverige, då blir det en pizza, absolut en kebab. Och så kommer man till Stockholm, så kommer den här tråkiga jävla röda såsen. Här är det ingen jävla röd sås, så jag tror inte han är från Stockholm den här killen. Jag är riktigt pepp alltså.
Det är bra killar, tack så mycket.
Hej. Här vänster, jag ska få.
jag tror att han har levererat med svenskar. När man kommer fram som svenskar, då levereras det.
Jag vill ju inte vara sån. Ja, tänker du vad jag tänker? Eller?
Han har inte riktigt embraceat svensk pizza.
Nej, han har ju inte det. Det här är ju alltså bara alltså det är fläskkarrébitar. Det var ju exakt, var det inte det som Rille pratade om? Att det var typ...
Vi provar. Jag ska inte säga för mycket.
Det ser även ut som lite bearnaise-aktig.
Ja, alltså grejen är så här, man ska inte klaga förrän man har...
All right.
Hon
I think it's probably a little slow. Could probably cut it down a little bit, but overall just good, enjoyable personalities.
Då saker och ting har förändrats i världen så kommer det här vara väldigt mycket online och det här är
Talking to Get Right.
5. Jag hoppas ni gillar fortfarande episoderna och jag gärna ser.
Okay, so we're kind of checking in with all the different members. Yeah, overall, so it could just be cut down a little bit. I don't know what that means. Dallas Straws. This is a weird title to me. I guess it's enticing because it makes you want to know what he's talking about. But maybe I don't know what that is would be a better one. Maybe he doesn't say that. I don't know. Let's check it out.
Yeah, that's a hard word.
I like that they have everyone on camera.
I give up. I don't know what does that mean. I don't even know that word.
It's
oh my god!
surgery.
All right, so we opened with a teaser clip to kind of grab you.
So angry, bro.
Why are you guys all perfect?
That's true.
Paintbrush out first, of course.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna get this.
Wow. Oh my god, it's big. It's
it's 2 words.
Okay.
2
words.
What is that? What are you?
That's easy, man.
There's no word.
Come on, kid.
All right, I like how they, bring the cameras in, show reactions and stuff.
Okay. Clearly a Ninja Turtle.
Ninja Turtle. I mean, it could be a style, you know?
Gamsu, the second word is right.
As someone who's edited exactly this video, it's tough to figure out if people don't already love their personalities, like how you even get them here. How you get them to watch until the parts that are going to be enjoyable. This is a tough video.
Bro. Wow. The most obvious words.
That was easy.
All right, and the last video of the day, which is the Valorant announcement for Team Envy. Let's go. Say hello to our new Team Envy Valorant squad. We are Envy. Team Envy enters Valorant. Introducing Valorant Envy. Okay. I think this might be the Valorant announcement. Okay.
They've had a few tournaments that have been up and down.
So those first few seconds where it's just footage and kind of build-up music is real weird to me. There's no sound effects with these like glitchy things that are happening. This is... If I'm not watching this to review it, like 8 seconds before we hear any kind of like caster audio, I've probably already clicked away.
We've had a few tournaments that have been up and down. I do feel like this team is starting to come together. I wonder when...
Like, why even have that? Why not just start this video at 8 seconds? I don't think I understand.
An org is actually going to pick this squad up.
Randy starts a new chapter, okay. Okay, we've got some gameplay clips. Some effects to kind of emphasize the shots, sync with the music. Okay, and some speed ramping. This graphical style I think is a little overplayed. Just all these kind of like different things on the screen that don't really have a lot of significance other than obviously this is his name blown up big. But just kind of filling the screen with objects kind of unnecessarily. It's, like, for me personally, is not the best.
They get right on to A-Long here. And Caboose, we just knock Caboose, dude. Nice.
Spots Calypso on the back and throw two. Caboose by himself. 1, 2, 3. And 4. Caboose with the 1v3 situation here.
Look at Rob Wiz just flying onto the site there. And Nicholas actually was there for the trade.
So it seems like so far, at least, this is just all like footage from recent tournaments of the team. I think they played together. And it's just, you know, funny footage. I don't know why this is blurred. Cloud9, and I assume this is like their old team name.
Top and Calypso. 3 kills for Calypso. Stage to start pushing. Oh! Oh, yeah.
Why did we... Whoa, what?
Nicely done. Up the top.
Is this sync off here?
So 3 kills for Calypso. Stage.
We see it down here before it happens here. And the audio, the caster audio sounds like it's synced here. So why shouldn't you see it here first? Like, why wouldn't you show this shot and then next show this shot?
Start pushing. Oh!
That seems weird. Good speed ramp right there. Good emphasis on the shots.
One is going to be there. There's going to be no tripwire to help him out, but Finesse is going to come through. We're going to pull a orb on top of that. The tripwire, and they don't
see, it's out of sync here too. Except this time, this one's ahead and this one's behind. It's so weird.
Oh, you know the mirror.
Mumi, I guess, hasn't played a tournament, just stream highlights. Yeah, so obviously all 5 players, it's just kind of highlights for each one. You know, look how good they are at the game. You should be excited because you're going to like our team. Some of these guys have like really legit or at least semi-legit experience. Like I think it would be interesting to sort of like leave FNS off this and like announce him first, sort of like 100 Thieves did, where they had Hiko and they announced Hiko and then they announced the rest of the team, which were much less notable players. And so those guys, it was just gameplay stuff. But with Hiko, it was almost about like who Hiko was as a person. Obviously, FNS not as big as Hiko, but maybe you could do something like that with him, or something similar at least. Like be like, you know, we're signing FNS, and then hey, we signed these other guys too, and make it more about FNS's personality as well as his play, and then the rest of the guys just about their play. Because in this one, the only reason that you give me to like this team is the clips, and honestly, the clips were just fine. Like nothing about the gameplay clips blew me away or anything. Okay. Yeah, it's end screen. Okay. Well, thanks for joining, guys. Another great week of checking out some esports content. So, as usual, if you see any dope videos or anything, tag me on Twitter. The show's Twitter is @_content. My personal Twitter is @QuasiGG. Like the Twitch stream, but without the underscore. And that's it for me. Thanks for coming, guys. Oh, wait. Guys, wait. We're going back to the screen. Hold on. All right. See you later, guys. It's not going to work. All right. See ya.